Good morning, jewellery makers. How are you? Lovely to have your company. My name's Elle, and I'm going to be with you for the next 5 hours. Now, I have to apologise. Our lovely Alison, she's a little bit poorly, a little bit under the weather. Please don't worry, she's fine, but unfortunately can't be with us this morning. But, like a superwoman, just like that, you know, lycra clad and everything. We've got the one and the only Fleur. Ah, Fleur, when did you get the call, and bless you?
5:15 last night.
5:15 last night, and you're like, yeah, no problem.
Yeah, to organise childcare and husband dropping off and things like that.
And then you found out that you were going to be with me,
yeah.
and you went, can I reevaluate this decision? Can I change my mind? Yeah, no, I'm really, thank you so much for joining us this morning, Fleur.
Right.
And obviously the kits and everything like that, we have got some really exciting news, haven't we, coming your way. With your designer inspiration, it's not even here in the studio as of yet. We've got an amazing bundle. Without giving it too much away, Fleur?
It's my comfort blanket.
There we go. There we go. But it is very, very, very exclusive. Yeah. So please, please do stay tuned for that. The first designer inspiration, stunning, absolutely stunning. We've got Baltic amber. And I'm not just talking one strand of. We've got cabochons, carved cabochons, which is just beautiful. And so much more. Brand new ins coming your way. Incredible blue lace agate. We've got stunning Kesy pearls. We've got amazing Labradorite. And we have got, look at these. Your gorgeous sterling silver little individual charms. They are little serpents or snakes, whichever way you look at them. 10 by 8. Is that right? 10 by 8 millimetre. Now, oops, I'll just solid sterling silver, and I'll pop all three onto the tweezers here and turn them round so you can actually see those lovely little faces. Look, aren't they beautiful? Now, haven't been in stock for almost a year entirely, and they are being launched this morning, back in stock in about 45 minutes' time. So, should we get cracking? Should we get cracking with an early bird? I think we should. I'm going to start with stunning pearls. I love this colour. Teal, shell pearl, sorry, more accurately. So shell pearl is still a genuine gemstone. It's basically shell, which is ground down into a very, very fine powder, and then it's actually reconstituted. It basically gives you the look of the most amazing, amazing pearl. Now, I'm going to just put this one out there. If you love teal blue as a colour, if you love perfection in terms of their shape, be on those phone lines because this is guaranteed at under £5. And the next product, and the next product. Let's just we're going to wake you up this morning. We're going to really wake you up. Get on those phone lines because this stunning 10mm strand of beautiful teal blues under £5. There we go. Put it out there. Everybody knows exactly where we are, where we're at first thing this morning. You know, it's been a long month, Martha was just saying, and it has. Well, here at Jewellery Maker, it certainly has for us in terms of, you know, in between pays. But then lots of people are like that, aren't they? You get paid quite early before Christmas and everything. Totally understand it. Totally understand it. Martha's like, you think at the time it's a bit of a treat until the end of January. And you're like this. Must make it to payday. Anyway, that's what all these deals are all about. Wonderful uniformity, beautifully spherical, but look at that gorgeous colour. It's a teal blue, but it's a really, really rich teal blue. You know, sometimes you can see teal, which is a little bit more of a bluish tone. This is more leaning towards your green, more of the greenish tone. £5, Fleur, you can't argue with that.
No, and I absolutely love shell pearl because I think it's beautiful. It's the spherical, but I've never seen a real freshwater cultured pearl that vibrant personally.
No.
So you've got that pearl essence of different colours, and that's just a pure beautiful colour.
Absolutely, I totally agree.
Really.
I mean, if this were cultured pearls, as in they were formed within a mollusk, it wasn't shell, and like I say, shell is an organic matter, we know that, hence this is an organic gemstone strand. It is a genuine gemstone, but it's reconstituted, and that's absolutely fine. Yeah, if this were cultured pearls, we'd be talking, gosh, tens of thousands of pounds.
Yeah. And I'm really daft with my perfume and my makeup, and I always put my jewellery on and then spray my perfume, and I won't damage shell pearl like that.
No.
So I do wear a lot of shell pearl jewellery for that reason.
Yes.
That I can
It's
not be as precious as because I'm a bit daft like that.
You're a bit daft.
I do put my perfume and my hairspray on before I leave the house rather than my pearls and my...
Yes, I know what you mean. And by the way, Fleur has pointed out a really good point there. You know, if you do love pearls, always do your makeup and you put your perfume on and do your hair before you're actually wearing them, just because obviously they're chemicals, and this is a genuine gemstone. But like you said, with shell pearls, you don't have to be quite so precious with them at all. I understand that, you know, especially for, you know, if you go to work or you're in the office and you want to give yourself that little bit of a freshen up with a spritz of perfume or something like that, or a little bit of hair lacquer, then you don't have to be, right, okay, cover it up really quick, cover it up, because they are, whilst they're genuine gemstones, obviously, they're a little bit more hardy, aren't they? They're a little bit more sturdy. Yeah. Stunning colour, though. I'm absolutely swooning over that colour. As guaranteed, under £5 for you. Wanted to give you a little Tuesday morning wake-up, I suppose. Wanted to make sure that everybody's up and at 'em and bright and breezy and starting their day with beautiful, genuine gemstones. Kathy in London, hello to you. Excuse me. Oh no, not Fleur. That's my bank balance gone again. Have a great show, looking forward to it. I know, that's what I thought this morning as well.
Sorry,
oh no.
Sorry,
have I got Fleur? I am joking. I am joking. I did get a text message from the lovely Martha, though, saying, we've got Fleur this morning. Now, it's very easy to get involved. Very, very easy. One person packaging throughout the entirety of the day. Free phone telephone number, which is 0800 644 655. If you're with us on the website, again, same applies. Speak to our amazing call centre or check out your baskets. If you're brand new to Jewellery Maker, not only do we bring you beautiful, genuine gemstones and amazing tools and inspiration from our guest designers, we'll also bring you tutorials. So you get a free DVD, a free Get Started booklet as well. Here it is, a little bumper pack. And you know what? You don't even have to make those purchases, by the way. If you want to get hold of this, just phone up, speak to our contact centre and they'll send it out to you. No problem. You don't even have to make a purchase. We want you to get involved in the Jewellery Maker family. Go onto our Facebook page, have a little look, lots of inspiration there. It is a big family, isn't it, Fleur?
It's a huge family and such a helpful family. I've never known a medium or a craft that help each other as much as jewellery makers help each other.
No, and isn't that nice?
Yeah, and people, I've seen people, like customers have done a design with something, oh, that's amazing, I'd love to copy that. Feel free, you know.
Yeah.
Everybody's so lovely and so wonderful with their knowledge as well, and they quite freely share it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and like I said, there's very few industries or hobbies even where that is applicable.
Yeah,
very few. So it is a big family, isn't it? Now we're going to stay under a fiver, shall we? How about some beautifully accenting gemstones, perfect for your teal blue that you've just seen? Just because I'm thinking, right, organic gemstones, so maybe organic shapes would go amazing with that. Now, these are sizable, big sizes in individual carat weights, absolute crystal clear clarity, 7 by 9. Let me just refresh my screen because I just for a second, for some reason, my crystal... There we go. I was just having a little moment. Crystal clear clarity, 350 carats here. The more liquid-like clarity, the more valuable. Do you see what I mean? Because they're those organic shapes that it's going to go hand in hand with that teal blue strand.
Wow, even if you just did 1 in 1, so 1 shell pearl, 1 clear quartz, it'd look amazing. Yeah. Very, very beautiful.
Alternating around the neckline. It would look beautiful. And we did say that... that it was guaranteed under £5, didn't we? Oh, you even get a little bit of money back. £3.95. You can't even get a meal deal for that, can you? I don't know if you can. Every single time I pop into the supermarket local to me, even if you just go in it, like for example, I've got a really big thing about fruit at the moment. I keep eating lots and lots of fruit. So last night, popped to the supermarket just to pick up a bit of fruit, end up spending a tenner at least. You do, don't you? It just mounts up. I would sooner have genuine gemstones coming than something that I'm gonna, well, all right, you do need to eat and I understand that, but something that's gonna last forever. And these are sizable. We're not talking about tiny, insignificant gemstones here. We're talking about big, beautiful.
These would be perfect with the first kit.
Oh, they would look amazing with the first kit.
Absolutely amazing with this first kit.
$3.95, Fleur.
And at that price, if you've never tried, you know, if you started watching Jewellery Maker and a bit frightened to move on to genuine gemstones at $3.95, you know,
no need, is there?
There's no need to be scared of them because they are beautiful. And if you're into your sun catchers, your dream catchers, these designs where they catch the light, just
be
amazing.
Lovely.
Yeah.
And again, the shape. If you're new to Jewellery Maker, never be frightened of actually getting involved with nuggets because they're obscure shape, I suppose, and I'm saying that in a positive way. Actually means that they're probably some of the easiest to work with.
They are, and Mark's done some brilliant DVDs on chips and nuggets as well. So if you've never worked with chips and nuggets and you want to work with them, they do tend to be one of the cheaper strands because, like you say, they aren't faceted and they're not perfectly round or squared or whatever shape they are. They are natural, if you like. Yeah. But Mark's DVDs and his workshops are brilliant for that.
Amazing for it. Yeah, absolutely. And again, if you think about clear quartz and you think about, I'm not just talking about the gemstone, I'm talking about the shapes as well. It's going to take you into all different types of jewellery as well. I mean, it's not just neckline pieces or you can wear it as bracelets. You can just one of them on some shepherd hooks. Fabulous for tiaras and fascinators and hair combs for bridal pieces.
Jan's done a rings DVD where she uses just one nugget as well, hasn't
she? Was wearing it yesterday.
Yeah, it's really beautiful. Oh, it's a beautiful design.
Jan is amazing for her rings as well, so please do get her DVD. The ones she made yesterday were just absolutely outstanding. Yeah, and again, you could easily incorporate the same sort of concepts and design and inspiration. You can catch that on YouTube as well, and just use these gorgeous gemstones because, you know, I mean, they are big individual gems. If you think it as a ring solitaire, you wouldn't need anything bigger.
No, you wouldn't. And also, because of the nature of how they're strung, you get so much on a strand as well. There's so many on there. Yeah, they're
not top to bottom, are they?
No, they're cut. They're straight through the top, just like side to side. Yeah. So when you actually cut the strand and pop it in your beading tray, you won't believe the amount that you can get. Yeah,
they're deceiving, aren't they? Totally deceiving. Yeah. Well done to everybody who got that. Congratulations again. Staying on those, staying with your affordable price tag, shall we? All right. Where was that come from? Martha's going, all right. Are you going into a bit of our London town? So I'm so useless at accents. All right. How's it going, darling? You all right, Treacle? I was in Fagin's gang, so I had to speak like that. All right, Fagin? Yeah, I did look like a little boy, though, so I can kind of understand why they cast me as a member of Fagin's gang. Now, yeah, beautiful whites. This is natural white agate. Agate comes in lots of different colours, but you don't often see white. No. Do you? We were only talking yesterday. Did you see that opal, the natural white opal strand that we had yesterday? But there's very few gemstones which have got a white body colour, and agate is, unless it was dyed, I would assume, you know, would tend to be maybe a little bit cloudy. These are absolutely beautiful, crisp, what I call linen white. And very beautifully delicate. 2mm plain rounds are great for accenting. I'm going to say it again, and I always do when it comes to these, the micro strands like this. Small but mighty. Yeah. Just one or two really makes a difference. You've got 3 here as well. So in total, 8, 6 and 24 carats of beautiful, genuine, natural gemstones. That's incredible. It's not to be dyed.
Just yeah, and the work that goes into it must be horrendous to
plain round.
Yeah, to make that size and to string them all and get them all so perfect.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen Labradorite working, and you know, a gemstone is secured to the end of what looks like a pen, like kind of gadget, which is called a dobber, and basically then the facets are actually made all obviously on the spinning wheel itself, but around, believe me, it's very, very, very difficult to do that, because if you think about it, that dobber's got to be consistently moved at some point, hasn't it, to actually get that curve itself. So every single one of these gorgeous gemstones has got that 360 perfectly spherical shape. So it is a lot of work. You're totally right. And we're sort of not even talking about the fact that Mother Nature has to form these and they have to be mined, etc. Now, we did promise that not just the first, the next and the next would be under £5, didn't we? Wait, hang on a second. Martha, I'm just thinking you've just put together the most amazing bundle or kit. Under £15, one postage and packaging for 5 strands of genuine gemstones. And by the way, you can buy 10 of these if you want to. Look at this. Don't you think this is a gorgeous kit? As a guest designer, Fleur?
I'd be very happy with that kit. Very happy.
If this arrived on your doorstep?
There's so many mediums you could use with that. You could crochet with those. You could even knit with them, because they're 2mm beads. Excuse me. But they've still got a sizable drill hole, so they match the other drill holes, because shell pearl tends to have a bigger drill hole than, say, a freshwater cultured pearl. Yes. And the nuggets tend to have a nice large drill hole as well, so you can get your beading threads through them a couple of times. You know, up 0.4, 0.6 wire. Sometimes you can get a 0.8 wire through some of the nuggets and the shell pearl. So as a bundle, you'd be very happy. Yeah, because you can use the 2 mils as accents as well, can't you? Yeah. Just, you know, maybe even halo-like designs around the shell pearl or even the clear quartz. So everything that's on my hand would be £15. Still available, by the way, the teal pearls, shell pearls, and also the clear quartz. Absolutely fabulous. I adore 2mm rounds. I think, you know, they're needed. Oopsie, look at me making a mess. I think they're needed for a jewellery maker to make those fine details. You know, rather just little tiny additions like this really do make a difference. Now, what was that? Sorry. Give everybody a shout out. I can't see anyone's names. I'm sure my iPad's a little bit slow this morning. Oh, well done, everybody. I can't see your names as of yet. Can't see your names, but well done. I know you're all there. Martha's telling me you're all there, but there we go. Okay. Wyoming, Linda, Christine, Leslie, Sue, Janice, Carol, Shirley, Lee, Jacqueline and Sharon. Well done and welcome, by the way. Oh, there we go. I can see you now. I can see you now. Many of you choosing to multi-buy. £4.95 for 3 strands. 24 carats of beautiful, genuine gemstones. It is time for your first kit. Now, this is going to be absolutely incredibly popular. Whenever you say amber, I think even as a little girl or a little boy, you know that that's rare, you know that it's exceedingly precious. But carved gemstones, it's art form. You know, it's like sculpting a rare, precious commodity that Mother Nature has produced. You have got 2 carvings within this beautiful kit, and they are absolutely stunning. There are under 50 of these available in the entire world. Once they're gone, they're gone. So if you're an amber lover, which I am, in actual fact, it's a gemstone that I was allocated to be a gem specialist at TGC. So I had to keep my ear, and I still do, very close to the ground to sort of understand what was going on in the industry of this gemstone, you know, price increases, any changes in actually supply. And believe me, only now, 10 years on after some very severe flooding in the Baltic region, is it actually sort of regaining a more sustainable supply. That said, prices have absolutely soared, especially for this quality, especially in this size too. Beautiful brooches with your Fleur Hastings. Let's take a little wander over, because Fleur, what a joy to work with a kit like this. I mean, you're seeing on your screens, or you will do in a few seconds, the actual amber nuggets that come with this kit, but there's also carvings as well. Yeah, I mean, this is the first time I've seen the kit this morning, I didn't actually see the kit until I got here, and I was very jealous of Alison's kit. I just thought, wow, what an amazing, I love amber anyway.
Yeah.
I'm wearing my amber necklace now.
Yes.
I love it, and those roses are so detailed in their carvings. It's just
that's a really good point.
kit.
So you've only just literally been given this.
Yeah.
So stroke of luck, really, that you get the chance to. I mean, as if you were sat at home right now, and I know I would too. Would you be reaching for the phone lines?
Yeah.
They're 40, by the way, so it is going to be a first come first serve.
I did make a little brooch last night, and I did have one of the amber roses, which proves how much I like them, because I had one already at home. And
there
when
we go.
Pip told me on the phone it had an amber rose in it, I was like, right, okay, I know what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, I mean, this is really exciting. Okay, let's show you everything that we're getting. I'm going to start with those amber roses that we have been absolutely raving about. And do you know what? I'm going to hold them up. 2 different sizes. One's ever so slightly bigger, and they are really substantial. There we go. An organic gemstone, so very much like your pearl. What does that mean? It means it's formed from a living organism. With amber, it comes in all different colours, but the most infamous, I suppose, would be that cognac colour, and this is what I'm referring to. Every single tiny inclusion within this wonderful gemstone is a prehistoric snapshot, basically. You know, it's a slice of what was occurring millions, up to 50 million years ago. Now, they measure from 10 to 17 millimetres, but look at that wonderful carving. If I tilt it upwards, you can actually see, you know, the really, really 3-dimensional curves of the petals of this rose. And a gemstone like amber is usually 9 times out of 10 left into a cabochon. Very seldom is it faceted or actually carved like this. So really, really exciting. We're talking about a complex gemstone. If you think also that those inclusions can actually be or conjure up difficulties for the actual lapidary stroke carver, depending on what who is actually embarking on the actual cutting of the gemstone and what they're actually envisaging as the end result to be. Those inclusions, obviously you don't want to take them out. You want them to be within the gem, because that is the sole attraction of amber, really. You're not just getting one, you're getting 2 of these stunners. Again, if you multi-buy, and already I can see lots of you on the phone lines and on the web, if you multi-buy, can you imagine a whole suite of amber, maybe a pair of earrings and a brooch and a solitaire ring would just be stunning.
Beautiful. And
a brooch, like I said.
They do lend themselves so beautifully to be set into like prong setting or into netting. I've just quickly netted one out of the kit just to go into the middle of my brooch, and because of those beautiful carvings, the wire just settles so beautifully inside it.
It does. It holds on, doesn't it? It gives something to anchor on to. Now, for those of you that don't know the lovely Glenn Lair, a personal friend of ours here at Jewellery Maker, he is infamous within the gemology world, and he's infamous for his carving ability, and obviously his lapidary works. The Taurus ring is a huge collection that he's launched, and it's all about movement and creating movement and playing with the light internally in a gemstone. But perhaps his most legendary a piece of work would be the Bahia, which is situated within the GIA, which is the Gemological Institute of America, over in the States, and it stands over 5 feet tall. And that is a carving. It's not a faceted gemstone, it is actually a carving itself. And it's all about playing with light. If you've ever seen that picture, and you could easily access it, I'm sure, on the web, it's sort of fabulous golden tones within it's a huge quartz, basically. Very reminiscent, in actual fact, of the colours that you are seeing here, but just goes to show a sculpture of carved gemstones like this is actually within one of the focal points of the GIA, the biggest industry. Are you looking at it now, Martha? Yeah. In where, sorry? If you want to have a little look at it, B-A-H-I-A, yeah, absolutely, sorry, spelling it, the Bahia, that's what it's called. And if you're thinking, oh, Bahia, that's also a mine, yeah, it is also a mine, but it's named after the actual carving itself. Not just stopping there, because we've also got all of this. I'll come to the other gemstones firstly, but look at these gorgeous wires, 50 metres of each. You've got point A and also point 4 here. Love that, really, it's like a rich Indian gold colour, isn't it?
It is a beautiful gold.
Really nice
beautiful.
colour, which works so amazingly with the actual, if I just hold one of the amber cabochons next, not cabochons, what am I talking about? Carvings right next to, you can really see how harmonious those two are. Don't forget, you are also getting a second one of those stunning carvings. So you do get two within this wonderful, wonderful kit. Position that there because we're still not done. We've got more amber to bring to the equation. And this is a lengthy strand, again of that cognac amber, very, very rich in its lovely colour, in its rough organic nuggets. And we were talking earlier, Fleur, about how easy it is to create stunning pieces of jewellery with these kind of shapes. I mean, just restrand this, couldn't you?
Yeah, just
in a simple stretchy bracelet.
Yeah, or if you want to go down the, use some S-Lon, you can pearl knot in between ambers as well, because that's tradition.
Well, it's allowing the light then to get in, isn't it?
Around,
and also protecting the gemstone as well.
Yeah.
Protecting the gemstone, which you'll want to do, obviously, because these are so rare and exceedingly precious. How about adding to that gorgeous flash of gold? They are coated agate, stunning bronze colour, and there's 30 carats here with a beautiful 4mm. I absolutely love this kit. I just think it's very, very high end. From the Baltic region in Poland, you have got some of the world's most aspirational amber here. Look at this, really up close and personal. I only wish I had more. I only wish I had more. 40 were available at the beginning of the well, our conversation, shall we say. Now it should be really $36.70. I pay that for the amber, as in the amber carvings.
Amber jewellery is very expensive.
Very expensive, especially when you take a gemstone and carve it, which just takes real time. Okay. Every single penny, every single pound we can take off, we absolutely have. Martha has said, I can't go any more. That is the best possible deal, given the fact that we're probably going to have more people missing out than are successful, and I'm awfully sorry about that. A third of the stock has already gone. I'm not surprised. I mean, this is, Fleur, a little bit of a challenge to you, because like I said, you've literally had it a matter of...
Yeah. Well,
hours.
Last night, like I say, I did have one of the amber roses in my little stash.
Oh, now yours is you've got the sort of honey colour there.
Yeah, and this is, so mine is completely different to the colours that are in, but it's just to give an idea of what you can make as a brooch.
It's the same carving, isn't it?
It's exactly the same carving, and I have just netted that one just so you can see
that's lovely.
How it looks when it's netted. So it is, I mean, like I say, because of the carvings on there, it's very, very easy to actually net it, and it's like I say, I've just literally done that in the last couple of minutes, which is why it's a bit rough. It's not as neat as I wanted it to be.
No, but do you know what else that makes me realise? Because you wouldn't want to block the light from the amber. No. That wire, is that the wire that comes within the kit as well?
Yeah, this wire is what comes in the kit.
So it's not too chunky, is it? It's the right gauge?
Yeah, it's exactly. Oh, the gauges that are in here are absolutely perfect. You wouldn't want anything else to go with this, because I haven't tried the amber nuggets, because I've not actually cut the strand yet, but they would fit onto this 0.4 wire, no problem.
So you get 0.4 and 0.8?
0.8 as well, and you get a lot.
Yeah.
A lot of it.
Loads. And are these new? Because I've not seen these before. The lovely colours.
It's a beautiful colour. I mean, it's.
I know we've got new wire coming in. Is this?
It's like a richer gold, isn't it? It's.
I love 24 carat colour, sort of it's your Indian gold.
Yeah.
I can remember when I was over in Jaipur, the amount of ladies that I must have been just staring at because of their stunning jewellery. Yeah. And it's the colour, isn't it?
It is that beautiful colour, and like you say, it's like an old gold.
Yeah.
It's just
buttery.
Beautiful, really gorgeous. Yeah, I prefer this. This is my preferred colour choice now, and you know, I used to love the other golds that we're doing. They all have their place and they all look beautiful with different gemstones, but for me, this with that amber and with the pyrite, because it works absolutely beautiful with that pyrite.
Gosh,
just divine. This is it is an absolutely beautiful kit.
Really amazing. So what is it that you're going to be demonstrating for us? So again, Fleur has just literally had this kit, so obviously we haven't got any jewellery to show you.
So I did just quickly last night just make a Viking knit brooch. So this is Viking knit that's been flattened out, and then like I say, the rose is the wrong colour, but that's the only one that I had in my stash, and everybody had gone home, so I couldn't even nip over and get.
Oh, we can totally see what you've done though, and you can totally see that it's exactly the same.
On the back there is a brooch pin
size
there as well. So it's so
that's
what
lovely.
I'm going to show you is just going to show you how. We won't go through all the Viking knit itself, but we'll just show you how, you know, how to work with this tool, and then how you're going to form it into this like Iolite shape.
Yes, because I'm looking at this and I'm looking at what you've got over there, and I can't see the connection.
So this is what it looks like when it comes up when you do your Viking knit itself. So as you can see there, it's like a little tube of Viking knit. Okay, and what we're going to do is we're going to draw this down a little bit to make it a little bit longer, because every time you draw it through your draw plate, and I know that these are on the website at the moment, so so if you can see there, you've got your draw plate. So what this does is it actually reduces the size of your Viking knit down and makes it a little bit longer, and then we're going to squash it flat, and then we're going to sew it all in place. And it's quite a simple brooch actually. It's just lots of sewing and having lots of long bits of wire on the end to sew it all in place.
Okay, so if you like your sort of organic and you're not particularly, like myself, not great at detail with wire work.
Yeah. So I mean, I spend so much time doing chainmail. I very rarely have time to play with other mediums, because I do so much chainmail. So for me, I can do my basic wire wrapping. I'm not like Alison or Claire or Sammy or Laura, all the other amazing wire workers. And I am a slow wire worker, which is hence why I'm faster at Viking knit. So
you're a lot better than me.
So I thought I'd do a Viking knit.
So you're not doing yourself credit. That's beautiful. Okay, so the Viking knit is a tool we've had around for years as well. Very popular.
Yeah, it is very popular, and it revolutionised how people made Viking knit, because Viking knit was traditionally done around a wooden dowel, and it was very difficult to keep all these little rungs straight and to introduce your wire so that it looks so neat. Excuse me. So basically, we've had lots and lots of demonstrations, and Laura's done some brilliant DVDs on Viking knit. But basically, all we're going to do is you're almost like knitting around this dowel. Excuse me, I've got a frog in my throat. Thank you.
You got a little tickle in her throat. 1 second, just give Fleur a little pat.
That's it, I'm all right now.
You're
Thank you. So what we're going to do basically is I've started this little bit of Viking knit off. I just wanted to show how easy it was, and like I say, if you've never seen it before, if you have a look on YouTube, there's lots of guest designers, myself, Laura and Karen have all done Viking knit.
Yep.
So all you really do is you literally just sew behind at the cross of the previous row before, and you can use your 0.4 wire and you can use your 0.6 wire. You can use 0.8 wire as well. That's no problem. It's back again. Excuse me 1 second.
Go on, have a little sip of water, bless her. You've got Amelia's there. Amelia says she hasn't drunk out of it yet.
But isn't that lovely how she's so
donated her water.
She's such a good.
She's a good. I love your little ears, Amelia, today. They're so cute. Oh, so cute.
So with Viking knit, it takes a lot of wire, but you've got a lot of wire in your kit, so you can make. You
can afford to invest that amount. Yeah.
So I mean, this little brooch took about 4 meters of wire.
Oh, really?
So it does take a lot of wire. I'm using the large Viking knit tool. Now the difference between the large one and the small one is obviously you're going to create a bigger diameter on your Viking knit. So I wanted to squash it flat so I didn't have to do too much of it.
Yeah.
So that's why I've used the large one. But you can, if you've got the small one at home, you can have a go at this little brooch on the small one. So I won't do too much, but all I'm doing is going behind the cross, the previous cross. So where the little loop is a little cross of the wire.
Can we just hold that up to our Amelia there, just so everyone can see?
You can see there's a little loop and a little cross. Okay?
Yeah.
And all I'm going to do is backwards. Hang on. Let me just pop it in and then I'll turn it back around. So all I've done is go behind. So can you see there? I've gone behind that cross. And as I pull and pull it round, it creates the next loop.
Yes.
And it's that action the whole way through. So that's all you do. It's a really simple technique. It's all to do with tension, a little bit like knitting and sewing and crochet. So it's all to do with the tension. So just keep it nice and loose, and it's quite therapeutic. So you just carry on going all the way around, and this tool will last you a long, long time.
We've got a question, lovely, about the Viking knit from Liz in Hampshire.
Yeah.
How many loops?
So this is on this the large laser daisy. There's 12 at the top, and I've used 6. So I've used every other one. So can you
every
see
other?
it?
Yeah.
Every other one there. So there's 6. I've done 6 rungs on this. Now you can do less, but when you squash it flat, you get a more airy look through it.
Okay.
So it looks a little bit more airy.
Yeah.
What's wrong with my voice today?
Oh God, don't worry. You have a little cough. You sort yourself out. We'll read some text messages whilst you find your voice again. Claire in West Midlands. Hello, lovely ladies. It's a beautiful brooch. Well done, Fleur. It really is.
Is that my Claire Bear?
I don't know. Is that Claire Bear? Fleur's Claire Bear? Don't know.
Guest Designer.
Chantal in Suffolk. Morning. I brought the amber roses when they were first on. They're stunning. Never thought I could own anything like this.
Yeah.
Love Chantal. I totally agree, Chantal. They used to be. They were like, how much were they individually, Martha? $6.95 each. So, and that was a reduction price. So I think they were launched higher. So amazing that you're getting 2. Angela in Surrey, who's saying, gorgeous girls. And you tell me whether the wire in the kits is a new gold colour from Angela. Yeah, I think Angela. Yes, I think it is the new colour. We've had new wires coming in. They're certainly on new spools. Martha, is this the new? Yes.
Yeah.
It is. Is that an answer to your question? It is a new colour. It's very buttery. It's very sort of Indian gold.
Yeah.
Very rich, isn't it?
But it works beautifully as well with the 2.
Yeah.
So you get that beautiful 2-tone of the gold as
would,
well.
yeah,
so
absolutely
you can
amazing.
use it together absolutely beautifully.
Now, stock levels, by the way, we only had 40, so about 20% of the stock remaining. So please do check out as soon as you can. Okay, so you've progressed.
Yeah. So all I've done is this is, like I say, I've got about 4 meters of wire in here. So I have actually joined a wire in, and I know that Karen showed that a couple of weeks ago, how to join the wire in. So if you want to look back on Karen, or I can go through it on my Facebook page as well, that's no problem, or point you in Laura's direction for her demos as well. So that's about 4 meters there. So because it's on the large tool, it doesn't look a lot that's there, but what we're going to do now is going to draw it through the draw plate and make it a little bit longer so that we can now start to spiral it around, because as you can see, it's very rigid at the minute. It's not pliable enough to actually start to bend, to form it. Okay. So what we're going to do is, all I've done is I've taken an extra piece of wire, and I've cut this off the loops on the top of the laser daisy, and I've taken an extra piece of wire and I've just sewn through the last few loops and pulled it together into a little point. So this is now like my handle. Now when you're making a brooch like this, because it's a lot of sewing together, you do need slightly longer ends on your piece of Viking knit, and that is so that we can sew it. So if I just bring this over, so there's no extra wire added into this at all. All these ends are sewn in and held the brooch pin in place, and sewn the actual Viking knit together into that shape.
Fabulous.
So whichever shape you want. I did have a little play with a heart shape as well, but I just couldn't get it done in time. I fell asleep, basically.
Love your honesty. You know, you do need sleep. You do need sleep.
About 10:30 I fell asleep, so I was like, oh, I can't do it. So when you get your draw plate, you will get this nice little orange cloth that comes in there. Now everybody wonders what the cloth's for, and it's a conditioning cloth. So what it's going to do is it's going to settle all the wires down inside, because where I've joined the wire in, that's all on the inside. We don't want any of those little bits to poke out. So it's all in the inside, but it also helps to warm the wire up, and I know that Helen uses this to warm her wire up, and all I'm doing is just like a rolling pin, really, just rolling it and
giving it a little snuggle.
Yeah, pop it in its blanket and give it a little snuggle in its blanket. And all that's done is just settled all the wires down. Now, you wouldn't think that would do very much to it, but it really does. It really does help. And I've done pieces before and gone, oh, I don't need that. But you do, because the little bits of wire stick out.
Right. So, another question for you. Sorry to before we go through progress. It's from Vera in Cumbria. Good morning, Vera. And she says, "Morning, ladies. Fleur, can you use the Viking knit to wrap a cabochon?" Love watching your demos.
Yep, you certainly can. I've done that before. It was last year. I did it around a Tanzanite cabochon. So all you're going to do is exactly the same as what we're going to do now. You're going to squash it flat, and then with your pliers go in and make a little V in the middle, and it creates like, do you know the wire mesh mesh with the rungs. It creates that kind of look, and then you can just pop it together at the top and just sew it together. So whenever you're doing anything like that, wrapping a cabochon or making a brooch or something that's a little bit more that needs knitting together, always leave yourself 2 longer pieces on the end, so you've got wire to knit it together, if you like, and to make that lovely formation. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go through one of the draw plate holes, and I'll just do this really quickly. Now you need to do this quite slowly as you're pulling it through, because if you pull it too fast it'll start to twist. So I've gone through the 1/2 inch, and you can see now it's starting to get a little bit more movement in it. So from going from quite rigid, it's now got a little bit more movement. I'm now going to go to the next hole down, which on mine is the 7/16, which is is that Imperial? Yes, it is Imperial, isn't it?
It's London blue.
Oh, and Martha showed me these before the show, and I was like, wow. Wow.
I know, wow. Really. I don't want to interrupt your demo, but let me just give you a quick sneaky peek. We are talking a gemstone that is increased by the biggest percentage that I know of, to 800%. There is no other London blue available on our website. It's become a very expensive gemstone, and I suppose when you think about it, because I'm sorry to interrupt you, but the kit sold out, so we had to move on to the graphics. This gemstone, if you think about it, the colour is one of the world's rarest. So other than maybe a blue diamond, other than, I've just gone completely blank. This is how rarely that I actually get to speak about this gorgeous gemstone. Member of the tourmaline family, gosh. Not Paraiba, not Rubellite, Indicolite, there we go. Indicolite, that gorgeous teal blue, and with openness of colour and amazing brilliance. There's very few gemstones that will actually have this amazing colour. London blue is so hugely popular now with the really big high-end designers, which means, you know, if I was in Harrods the other day, I say the other day, gosh, it was actually quite a long time ago. It was a few months ago, but last time I was down in London, I do go and look. Please don't think I do my shopping in these places, because I don't, but I love to go and have a little look and everything, especially at the jewellery, just because they've got fantastic jewellery designs down there, so for inspiration alone. And they had London blue topaz in there. Similarly, actually, if you go along Bond Street, a lot of the jewellers there, and we were talking 5 figures. I saw a London blue topaz that was £45,000. I mean, yes, it was an amazing double-figure carat-weight solitaire, and yes, it had SI-graded diamonds, and it was in platinum, and it was absolutely stunningly beautiful, but an amazing price point. The only reason I'm not suggesting this is worth that, I'm just hopefully indicating how coveted London blue topaz is, and this is everything that you want it to be. A really vibrant indicolite colour, which, imagine the Hope Diamond. The Hope Diamond, probably one of the most legendary diamonds on this wonderful planet, is all about openness of colour, so it's not so dark that you don't see the brilliance, you don't see the crystal clear clarity. You want to actually have both of those and all of that included, and the same applies with this gorgeous gemstone. Now let's bring that price tag in, because we want to go back to the lovely Fleur, 59 carats Fleur. This is one of my favourite strands of the day, $99.95. It's singly the only London blue topaz that we have available on our website here at Jewellery Maker, and I don't know if we've got any more on reorder. Have you noticed that London blue, it used to be around, we used to see quite a lot of it, and then it almost disappeared. Did you notice that? It's because of the price point and how expensive it is to actually treat this gemstone. Stunning, isn't it?
It is. It's just beautiful. Absolutely stunning. If you've got any of the green diamonds, the green diamond chips,
yes,
that would be
amazing. Sorry to interrupt you, but the kit's sold out. So
that's no problem at all. So all I've done is I've taken it down a couple of, as you can see now, it's a lot longer and it's a lot more slinkier.
Oh, it is.
So it's very slinky, so it's very movable now. Now, if you want to make this style of brooch, you just need to make sure that when you bring it down, that the 2 ends, you can sort of like form it in its round shape into that circle. And now what we're going to do is we're going to find where I added the wire in, and we're going to squish that rung on the top. I can't even see where I've added it in now. There we go. So what I'm going to do now, between my thumb and my first finger, is I'm just going to squash it down. So I've just flattened it. So if you can see there now, it's flat.
Yeah.
But it's not completely flat. I've not completely squished it till it's got no life at all left in it. Okay, so now I've got a flat piece, whereas before I had that nice round piece, I've now got this flat piece. And now basically all this brooch is starting to sew it in place. So wrap it round, yeah. So the first bit now, can you see how it's going to attach there? Which is why I needed this long piece of wire. And because this Viking knit, because it's lots and lots of loops, you can sew it together and lose those loops. Lose it in the loops if you like. So I'm just going to come around and just sew it through. And you can see roughly where it's going now. So you only need a couple of stitches to hold it in place. So that now is held in place in the circle. And when I get my little amber cabochon, that is where that will sit at the end. So you can see now that that's where that would sit into that little hole there that I've created. Okay, and then all you're going to do is just bring it around. And now my wire is on the back. Okay, so I can bring it around and then sew it. Just come across, and like we said, you know, you don't have to be precious with this sewing. It's not a case of you can see these stitches because you won't see them at all. And I'm just going through and I'm just sewing near the edge, going through one of those loops, sewing it together all the way around. And each one will be slightly different. And I think I made a little bit more of a longer length of Viking knit with the other one. But this one's going to be, you know, a different shape, but that's okay.
Individual.
Individual, yeah. We all and like I say, if you don't like what you've done, you can't add into Viking knit. So I can't now put this back onto the Lazy Daisy and carry on going. I'd have to sort of make a new bit, but this is enough to make a bracelet almost.
Yeah,
so,
or a really big statement cocktail ring or something like
really
that would be
beautiful.
amazing.
So now I've sewn these bits in, so it's now creating, and because this is wire, you can make it do as you want it. And that's what Claire told me this morning. Be its boss.
Be its boss.
Be its boss. Make it do what you want it, and you can with wire.
Have you had a conversation with Claire already this morning?
At 6:15. She's I'm up if you want to go through anything that you need to do for the show. I was like, oh, thank you, because she knows that I was a little bit not nervous of wire, because I just don't work with it enough to. So yeah, so bless her. She was there for me this morning. She's a good, isn't she? Bless her. Okay, so now all I'm going to do is just sew that through the end bits. Now these end bits here are what I'm going to attach my brooch finding to. Now I think it's on Alison's brooch DVD how she does the brooch finding. So you can always look at that, or a few people have done it actually. I think Claire did a brooch not long ago, so it will be on YouTube how to make that brooch finding, but I did a very simple one. And then all you're going to do is these ends here on the end, so the two ends that I've sewn together, these are the ends that you need to finish off on the back. So just pop that one through to the back. They're the ends that are going to actually hold on the brooch finding. This end here with the rose, you pop that through. So pop your rose through into the middle, sew it onto the back, just sew it across the back there. You've now got 3 pieces of wire to attach your brooch finding to, and that is...
So that you know, the additional tails, I suppose, are really going to add structure to it. You know, really use them as a function, but also adding to that gorgeous weave, isn't it?
And also with the wire that's in the kit, if you wanted to prong set this and then put the prongs to the back, you could then make your brooch finding out the prongs that are there as well. So out the wire that you use for the prongs. So the 0.8 for the prongs, but. It's a really simple brooch, but it's
so effective, like and it really works with the amber as well. It does. So absolutely beautiful alongside those carvings. Yeah, and thank you, my darling. Our Fleur, bless her. You know, like I said, you had that kit literally about an hour ago, basically. So you're amazing. I'm going this way because we have got those amazing charms coming your way. The lovely little serpent snakes, whichever way you what you call them. It has been that sort of symbol has been used within jewellery for many, many, many years, dating right the way back to sort of Egyptian time. Starbuys coming your way. They are back in stock. It's taken us almost 365 days to get them back here at Jewellery Maker. You've been asking for them. I'm sorry it's taken so long, but you know what? It's worth the wait. When it comes to sterling silver, of course, we know it's a beautifully precious, rare commodity, and the more investment of weight that you have there, the more valuable, the more expense there is, but also the detailing. I can't stress enough that whilst I'd never say discard any jewelry, any silver or gold or anything like that, because obviously that's how it tends to get valued, or one of the valuing degrees, certainly another valuing factor for jewellery would be sort of the finish of the actual piece itself. I've spoken a couple of times before, once or twice, about my experiences when I was over in Jaipur, and I was watching individual charms very similar to this. It wasn't specifically the actual snake spaces, but something very, very similar actually being commissioned. And I was watching a very talented gentleman who had taken, it was a charm in actual fact, from a wax mould right the way up to the finished article. And it actually passes through, and this is absolutely staggering to me, 200 steps. Now, that's not every jewellery establishment, that's not every supplier, but we do source from some of the most reputable in the world. So, fascinating really, 200 pairs of hands, one item of jewellery, or even in excess of that on many occasions, will actually pass through. Now, if that isn't attention to detail, I don't know what is. And I walked through those steps, actually from the from the wax mould itself, that's where all the detail is actually injected. And by the way, Lorraine Schwartz, Hollywood go-to jewellery, who can command hundreds of thousands of pounds for her jewellery, that's how she creates her one-of-a-kind pieces. Just as an example, you make the detailing and the carving with wax, and then progressively those phases go on. But the end result is perhaps the most important, because after you've done all that detailing, it's not just a case of putting it into a mould and then it comes out at the other side. It's attention to the polish, the finish, the inside surfaces of the actual spaces that really take something from beautiful to really, really exceptional. So needless to say, I understand that we've had to have, I guess, a lead up, a waiting time for these, and I totally justify that length of time. I know it's frustrating because, believe me, I want to get involved as well, but a year when you're talking about a relaunch like this, and of popularity like this, for 3, you are getting 3, not just the one. It's going to take time to be able to commission items. Now, just look at the detail. Look at that gorgeous detail that you're seeing with these lovely snakes, guaranteed under £10, guaranteed. Isn't that incredible? I'm going to turn this just to the side so you can actually see just how much of the actual sterling silver has been invested. Again, we were talking about detailing, we were talking about the finish on the inside. For one single charm on, you know, that very well known high street jewellers, you know the ones, there you can buy a single snake charm for £44. £44. Hey, listen, you know the reality is we're the ones which are actually the break from the norm. It's us that are sort of the exception to the rule. They're sort of, you know, more stereotypically, I suppose, the actual value point of something as precious as this, as exciting as this. But like I said, that's why you tune in to Jewellery Maker. Now, already loads of you are there. Gonna have to bring that price tag in for you. Guaranteed at under £10. It should have been £15. Sorry, £13.95, I beg your pardon. Now £9.95. I don't know when we're going to be able to bring these again. It might be another year. So if you think about it that way, have you got the patience to wait till 2017? I haven't. So stop permitting I'm going to be getting involved. I'm not a patient person. When I want something, I want it now. That's working out at £3.33 per gorgeous, gorgeous spacer. I'm saying charm because to me they are charms as well. They could very easily slip through some beautiful, beautiful high-end high-end bracelets or necklaces or whatever you want to do with these. A third of the stock over that has actually been allocated. I've got 60 people with them in their baskets, so I can't stress you enough. I can see you here on this, so that's really exciting. 60 of you have got it in your baskets. Please, please, please don't leave them there. Like I said, it could take us another year to be able to recommission these, if at all, that is. Fleur, I mean, the serpentine's been around for, you're into your history as well, aren't you?
Yeah. Oh.
Serpentine has been around for many, many years. It's about rebirth, in actual fact.
Yeah.
Does it date back to Egyptian times?
Yeah, the Egyptians would always have serpentine jewellery as well.
Wrapped around the upper arm?
Yeah, wrapped around it, on a lot of their artifacts as well. So not only in jewellery, but they used to have serpents actually carved into a lot of pieces as well. So yeah, it's been around a long, long time. And I think one of my all-time favourite collections is called Adam and Eve. And it's about, there's a snake and there's an apple.
Yes.
And if you looked online, you'd see which one it was. It's high street jeweller, but it's
yes.
very, very...
Well, that brand that I was just referring to say that the snake symbolises rebirth and transformation.
Yeah, it does, because they shed their skin as well. So you shed your old and you have a new...
That's lovely,
yeah,
isn't it?
It is.
That's lovely, because I can remember having a conversation once upon a time. By the way, over half the stock is gone. Over half the stock, so please do make those confirmations. So many people are multi-buying, literally. I'm looking at Sandra, Arthur, Elaine, Wendy, Mary, Sheila and Martin, Faye, Carmarthenshire, John multi-buying, Mrs. Pauline multi-buying, Leslie multi-buying, Mrs. Sally, Zena multi-buying. Last time these were on, I mean, we're talking about a year ago. We have got FIFO reviews to share with you. Beautiful spacer beads, great quality and price, Deborah said. Like I said, we're going back some to be able to show that. So do grab them as soon as you possibly can. What was I just saying? Oh yeah, I had a discussion with one of a customer once, and they were like, "Oh well, no, because the snake is a symbol of evil." Quite the contrary, actually. It's very positive. It's a positive message.
It is. Yeah, it is. It's and like I say, there's like you said, lots of designers have used it, like high-end designers, you know, beautiful, gorgeous designs with snakes. But just, and you know, the 3 strands of 2mm little white agate beads that we had earlier. If you just restranded that and put that on into the middle,
so beautiful.
Really, really stunning. You would hardly, you know, if you just popped it onto a chain or a bracelet or in a stretchy bracelet, I mean, you could work it into a wirework design. You could do like a big, you could almost do like a tree of life and then have it in one of the branches.
Yeah, oh, that would be lovely, wouldn't it? You know, very symbolic.
Yeah, very symbolic, but very, very simple to do that. And they're ready-made.
Yeah, they're pieces of jewellery, aren't they? They are
stunning
pieces of jewellery. I'm running out of time. There is still stock left, but it is rapidly diminishing. So do grab them whilst you can. I'll be joining you, stock permitting. We've got so much more to bring you, including a challenge for the lovely Fleur, which is brand new, very exclusive. Don't go anywhere.
We are live every day from 8 AM to 9 PM. So come and join in and get creating with Jewellery Maker.
There are many inaccuracies surrounding the discovery of tanzanite. John Saul, the first geologist on the scene, and the family of Manuel de Souza, tanzanite's discoverer, have shown us this footage taken soon after the discovery and told us the story so that we can share it with you. Manuel de Souza was an Indian tailor who travelled the world prospecting for gold and gemstones. In the summer of 1967, Manuel was living in Arusha in northern Tanzania and selected an area to explore one weekend. He hired a driver and set off. However, the roads were so bad that his driver refused to continue any further than the village of Mutakuja. Manuel and his equipment were dropped off, so Manuel decided to explore that area instead. At around noon on July the 7th, 1967, Manuel de Souza, in the shadow of Mount Kilimanjaro, was suddenly captivated by a transparent blue stone sitting on the ground, glinting in the Tanzanian sun. And so, the legend was born.
Are you new to jewellery making? Not sure where to start? Not sure what materials you'll need? Then tune in to Jewellery Maker between 7 PM and 9 PM throughout January for our Get Started show. We'll guide you through how to get started with step-by-step tutorials. Our talented designers will give you advice, inspiration, and introduce you to new mediums. Start off the new year with a new hobby. There are 2 easy ways you can purchase from Jewellery Maker. You can watch our show on Sky, Virgin, Freeview and FreeSat and call our free phone number where you'll be put through to our friendly help team who can place your order. Alternatively, you can go to our website and click to register. Once you've filled in the required details, you can start shopping. You can watch the show by clicking on the Watch Live Show button on the homepage. You can also use our quick search tool and narrow down your results. Once you have found an item that you like, simply click on the Add to Basket button and you can continue shopping or check out right away. Don't forget you can add as many items to your basket per day for only 1 P&P. Enjoy shopping with Jewellery Maker. There are 4 easy ways to stay in touch with Jewellery Maker. You can like our Facebook page and join a community of over 54,000 people. You can follow us on Twitter and tweet us your messages and opinions, send photos of your designs and enter our Wall of Fame competition. Or if you need any help or advice, you can email our friendly help team. Make sure to get involved and stay up to date with Jewellery Maker.
Welcome back, everybody. So lovely to have your company this morning. My name's Elena, you're watching Jewellery Maker. I'm joined by the one and the only Fleur. Hello. How are you doing, honey? I'm
good, thank you.
Oh, it's started already, Fleur.
Oh, why? What have I done wrong?
The conversations that we've just been having. It started already.
But it's never my fault.
It's not. It's just great. We're like-minded. That's the thing. Yeah. That is the thing. Unfortunately, it has already gone to a level where, well, let's just say, boys in the gallery, you're probably going to have to rein us in throughout the course of the morning. Is that all right? Is that all right? I'm joined by Rob and Ryan, by the way. Of course, Ryan directing me. And there's our Rob. You're right, Rob. How you doing? I haven't scared you off yet. If you're wondering where Kimbo is, she's on holiday. She's on holiday, so having a lovely time, I'm sure. Probably still sleeping, I'd imagine. Now, we've got so much to bring you in this the course of the next 4 hours. Absolutely incredible new ins, stunning strands, and everything on the T-bar. I'm desperately wanting to get hold of. I mean, Fleur, which is your favourite? If you had to choose one.
Can I name it?
Yeah?
The blue lace agate. Definitely. Never seen anything like that large.
Not that size. Like I say, blue lace agate. I mean, agate is a gemstone. Yes, we can bring you, but I'd say the blue lace agate is probably the most expensive.
Yeah, it's got the beautiful connotations as well, if you believe in your myth and legend.
Absolutely, it's very calming. It's believed to enhance, I mean, we're not saying this is absolutely true, obviously, but the beliefs are that it's great for communication, it's great for balancing of the mind, etc. And you can kind of understand it when you see it, but I've never seen blue lace agate of this size before, and they are natural. These are not dyed. 12mm. Now, Rob, my producer, actually had to physically check that was accurate. The actual treatment of the gemstones was none, because he said I'd never seen it previously before, and I totally agree with you, Rob. I mean, look at that gorgeous colour. You'll have lovely waves of banding, which is just gorgeous. This is coming up at about 11:30, but wait, I also want to put these next to it because I'm thinking both part and parcel. Brand new Kesy. Oh, look at these. They're kind of like very delicate little discs. Can you see? Gorgeously organic, textured strand. I love it. Never seen anything like it.
No.
Kesy pearls, yes, I've seen Kesy pearls previously, but these are a little bit more delicate, I suppose.
Yeah, they look like waves crashing on a beach to
They
me.
do.
They just look like, you know, on the sun's on
The
the
break.
beach. Yeah, on the break, and it's all foamy and beautiful, and it makes those gorgeous shapes.
Oh,
I love them. I've never seen anything like them.
these two together would look amazing.
yeah.
But wait, we've also got a stunning natural strand of brand new sapphire. Now, I've actually downloaded a document that I wanted to speak to you about this gorgeous strand. So just to share with you, just hopefully indicating the quality. And we've also got something very, very exclusive, brand new jump rings. Brand new jump rings rather. So brand new. Is this them now, Amelia, arriving?
In the building.
Literally, just. Is this them? Should we open them together, just quickly? Fleur's reaction? She's got a smile on her face. She's definitely got a smile on her face. Look at her. It's these. These are coming up at what time? There's 160 pieces, all different colours. You've got the silver gold, rose gold, and the bronze plated. 16mm. Look at your little face, Fleur.
Happy.
Are you happy?
I am happy.
There we go. Brand new. That exclusive. Coming up in the 10 o'clock hour. What time did we say? Just after the kit. So not long to wait for that. Not long to wait. Gosh, it's so exciting. So much to bring you. Should we get this show underway? I think we should. I love this strand. It's so beautiful. Rob and I actually dramatic. We actually launched it. I don't know where that came from. We are so dramatic. Listen, if I just throw the odd word in there, it's just put it down to baby brain. It happens. I can't actually construct a sentence just lately. I'm hoping it'll get better. Now, what I was going to say is that it's going to be quite fast and pacey. We are bringing you some last in stock opportunities. These are totally and utterly natural, beautifully sizable. The king of gemstones. Look at that depth of colour, the intensity of those amazing velvety reds. When it comes to ruby, it comes in different tones. You can have more of a pinkish colour. You can have a blue secondary tones coming through. Madagascar has got a glow internally. When it comes to your Burmese ruby, it's more about the transparency. Thai ruby and Madagascar, like I said, there's all different similarities. This is all about that very velvety, regal, intense, almost like crushed velvet, I suppose, and totally natural, not enhanced in any way, shape or form. We've got an amazing graduation. Now, Rob and I actually launched these 6x5 right the way up to 13x7mm, and you get a whole lot on this, and I can remember clear as day just how popular this strand was on the initial launch. One thing I can't remember is just what price point we take it to, but Rob is saying, well, it was this, Al. Are you serious? This is what we launched it at? Of course it was a star buy. Wow, 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 wow. Only yesterday I was referring to the fact that sometimes we launch strands and I do think we put them at a way too low price point. I mean, that's fantastic. I'm not contesting that. Believe me, we are on your side. But as long as we all recognise that that's no reflection of the true value or worth, 100 carats of amazing, amazing natural ruby for £14.95, Fleur.
I've got those ones.
Do you?
Yeah, I own those ones, yeah.
They're incredible, aren't they?
They're beautiful, and I put them with some pure white pearls.
Oh,
Just look absolutely gorgeous, and some yellow gold jump rings.
we've got button pearls coming up in the next hour, which look amazing with these as well. Or maybe the Kesy pearls, which are coming up as a star buy, would be incredible. But yeah, they're so dramatic, aren't they?
They're just, like you say, just two in earrings. That's all you would need.
Yeah.
And then what I would probably do is do two on the bottom of an earring and then a pearl above it. So just one button pearl and then a ruby drop underneath. And I'd have to put them on sterling silver, 9 carat gold sterling silver.
I think the contrast, or even, dare I say, wait for that really exciting launch of findings that we've got coming up soon. I keep touching on, I'm going to get told off for. I think the contrast between a pearl and a ruby really works, doesn't it?
It does.
It really works.
Yeah, the colourways just go beautifully. If you like me, you like the historical value of pieces as well. They go hand in hand. You know, they are absolutely match made in heaven, really.
Yeah.
With the second kit, they go beautifully with the second kit. We've got with a strand of emeralds. You know, if you had emerald and ruby.
You've got 27 on here for $14.95. That's 55 pence per natural ruby. I was watching a documentary the other day, a program rather, and it had rubies which to be honest weren't particularly great quality, and you know, they were quite almost black in actual fact, and they were sort of prices thousands of pounds. We've got a text message coming in. Blue lace agate, my favourite. Don't like any other blue but this. About to blow the rent money now. I like the fact you kept that anonymous there, just in case the landlord's watching. Just in case. Wise move there. It is one of my favourites as well. It reminds me of Chantilly lace, so that's really exciting. Coming up a little bit later on this morning. Again, lots of you there. Stay where you are on those phone lines. Congratulations. Moving on to, these are, ooh, I'm gonna have to shimmy that way. 1 second. Give this a little shimmy. That's better. There we go. These are amazing. I've never seen anything like it.
Oh, what are they? Oh, I like them. Wow.
These are fab. I've never seen this strand before. I've never seen yellow quartz like this before. Now it's got a coating, so it's not a citrine basically. It's a coating across the surface. I'm just looking at, yeah. It is yellow quartz, but then they've actually coated across the surface, which is quite. It's kind of like a pearlescence to it, I suppose. So you will see sort of a spectrum of colours, almost like a mystic coating, I guess. These are amazing. Let me hold them up to the neckline. I love these. This with your dress.
Yeah. And with the amber out of the first kit.
Oh, yeah, with the alongside the amber. Yeah. These are fab, Rob. Never seen them before. Now, they're very dramatic. There you go. Did you just see that pearlescence across the coating? It is like a mystic coating. So you'll see greens, pinks, purples, blues. I just restrand these, Fleur. Yeah. I think that just leave them as they are.
Definitely. Or I may put one of those beautiful snakes in the middle.
Yes.
I put a snake in the one of the snake charms in the middle, and then I'd have, just like you say, just the rest of it as one large. They've got almost like that. What's my favourite sapphire? The really rare one.
The pappardaccia?
Yeah. They've got that kind of, like that pinky-esque
coming off colour. I totally agree with you there. And I mean, you can understand why yellow is is considered to be one of the most happy-inducing colours. And it is sort of that very definite buttercup primary canary yellow, I suppose, which we're referring to. $7.95 only for 400 carats of these gorgeous gemstones. And then with that, got a stunning coating. So a very subtle mystic. It's not overly coated, if you know what I mean. It's a very subtle. I mean, look at that. I'm trying to. This one here. Let me just see if I can do that again. Can you see that? Just amazing. $7.95.
That with a black maxi dress or a bandeau dress, so you've got a lot of expanse of skin with that on there. Would just it would make you happy. You could, if you wanted to put other gemstones with it. Peridots, anything else that's a real,
great for spring.
Yeah, really nice citrusy. But also, you could crochet with them. I know I say crochet a lot because I've got my crochet necklace on today. But you could crochet with them. You could wire wrap just individual ones and like get some of the smaller ones on the ends and do what Jan does with her ring. You know.
Look at the size of these. They are really incredible. I'm just thinking, yeah, exactly. Perfect for the spring and summer months. So uplifting and cheerful, aren't they? I mean, a sunflower is a really happy flower, isn't it?
It is.
Same as a daffodil.
Yeah.
I think they've got really big smiley faces.
Yeah, but you could make that because they look like those pointy petals, don't they? You could make that lovely design.
That really sunburst design. Vera in Cumbria, I got some of them last week and they are beautiful. When you get them, I also get, did you get the green as well? And they're the same fab. Yeah, absolutely. Sorry, I couldn't read that very well then, Vera. Yeah, they really are fab. I bet the combination of the two, the yellow and the green, would be amazing too.
Yeah. I've never seen the green ones either.
Do you know what this reminds me of? And I refer to it, maybe because I know that I can't wear it right now, but there was a dress, and I've spoken about it before, and you know that saying that you regret the things that you don't buy more than the things that you do?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely true. Now, I could have worn it at the time, I can't right now. It's a black leather, very simple maxi dress, and I loved it. I just thought that's incredibly edgy and really different, and it was just literally straight across the bust line, straight down. Very plain. That would look amazing. Lots of you there, congratulations to every single one of you. Shall I bring you a contrasting colour? Do you know what, Rob? You should... have you done anything in fashion? Your dad was a model, wasn't he? See, I think you've picked up a bit of his fashion style. Because Rob said, well, the idea is that these, Elle, will go amazing with the yellow. Totally agree. Rob's done the thinking for you here. Totally, totally agree. They're incredible, aren't they?
They look like kryptonite. Do you like Superman?
They do.
Kryptonite?
In that cave.
Yeah.
Kryptonite's green.
It's green, but it's that kind of, yeah. But
I know what you mean.
It's like a superhero colour, isn't it?
Yes.
They look like they just put...
Like you this morning, really.
No, I don't feel like a superhero.
A bit like you this morning. I can save Jewellery Maker. Yeah, you need to be wearing a neckline piece like this.
And I would just wear that as one whole piece.
And me.
As it is. But like Rob said, you could do a multi-layered with the yellow and with that.
Shall I bring the yellow back in? Just to put them next to one another? Just because I think it's a shame not to, isn't it? It really is a shame not to. So the yellow might still be available, I don't know. There's a few left. Surprisingly, we had a big quantity. Look at this as a contrast. If you're going to a wedding or you're planning a day at the races or something like that, I mean, this is a fascinator. A couple of these with some big feathers.
Because we've been doing the feather bases as well, haven't we?
Yes.
The headpiece bases. So yeah, you could get those. I think Sheila had some last week. Get those and then add these beautiful gemstones in.
Well, I was with the lovely Linda when she was, and I tell you what, I was so inspired to start making those hats because I think even I could do them. Now, should have been $9.95, which is an incredible deal. We're going to match the price of the gorgeous yellow, $7.95. And you'd only need a couple within there, wouldn't you? I mean, too much might be a little bit too heavy. I'm thinking as a fascinator, but neckline piece, you can just layer it up. I mean, this to me, gemstones like this and statement pieces like this that you will create, and which are inevitably going to be statement pieces, say a whole lot about your personality, I think. If I notice somebody that's got, I don't know, something a little bit fun, clothing-wise or jewellery-wise, to me that says a lot about their character. I think, I bet you're really fun to be around as well.
Yeah,
do you agree with that?
Yeah, it is. And I always think as well, people either let their clothes do the talking or let their jewellery do the talking. And for me, I gravitate towards people that have like big, bold jewellery on.
Yes.
Because I think, yeah, they get me and I get them.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of people play it safe with jewellery, whereas this would just... But if you do play it safe with jewellery, just one of these on a chain, just as it's a pendant, just a really long...
Very symbolic sort of crystal-like necklace piece.
It.
Yeah,
you know,
amazing.
You could make those with them. You don't have to be as big and bold as what the strand, you know, suggests you to do. You can break it down and just have a few and make it more of a feature.
Well done, well done, well done. Now, I can't see the names. I don't know if Martha told you. My iPad's been a bit temperamental, Rob. So, but just well done to everybody that got that. Now, I'm about to bring you one of the most... You mentioned pappardaccia sapphire earlier on. I'm about to bring you one of the world's most expensive gemstones. It's not unusual to see Imperial topaz, particularly in its natural form. Sometimes it's irradiated to see it at 4 figures. Per carat. I'm talking about, of course, your Imperial topaz. Now, Imperial topaz has got distinct similarities to a pappardaccia sapphire. And it's one of those gemstones that you will see, sort of like your Zavarite garnets, maybe like your Alexandrites, like, pappardaccia sapphire, very, very, very rarely tend to be one-of-a-kind designs. And I was doing research because I was very privileged to do a showcase of this gemstone a few months back, and the information that was shared with me from, at the time, what was my employers and my bosses, said, Eleanor, in over 10 years, as one of the leading buyers of coloured gemstones. We all know who we're talking about, obviously, which we've still got connections with. In over 10 years, we have only ever commissioned 137 different designs in this gemstone. And believe me, more tanzanite's being commissioned, different designs, obviously. More, probably Papadacha Sapphire and more Paraiba tourmaline has been commissioned. We are talking about a very, very, very rare gemstone. It is regarded as sort of like a little treasure, a hidden treasure. And more is invested into the mining of this gemstone than actually comes out. And if you think, well, that doesn't make any business sense whatsoever. No, it doesn't. It's because a lot of the mines in the locality are owned by very, very, very wealthy gem collectors or geologists or people that absolutely adore this gemstone and don't mind the fact that they are sitting on a treasure chest and actually haven't got it as a business but making money. So that's the reality. This is what we're talking about. Your Imperial topaz with that very regal golden colour, totally and utterly natural. They are big, sizable Imperial topaz. It's only been on your screens once previously, and it was actually launched as the deal of the day, the strand of the day, and I'm not surprised by that in the slightest. I mean, you go right the way up to 14 by 9 millimeters. We're going to bring that price in. I'm absolutely glued to the screen right now. I'm sure you are too. Are you kidding me? Okay, now listen, I have lots of sheets here. I do lots of prep for the show. The guys will tell you. I was sat in front downloading documents, which I want to read to you a little bit later on. Firstly, hang on a minute. I thought it was me, Rob, but it doesn't say that here. If it was that, I'd be absolutely amazed. Can you believe this, Fleur? Can you believe this? We're talking about one of the rarest gemstones on the planet. Imperial topaz, $9.95.
And they're really big.
They're not chips.
They're really
I was going to say, these are not little tiny chips offcuts. These are big, substantial, faceted gemstones.
Beautiful colour and the sparkle that comes from it.
You know, I was talking about those very prestigious findings that we're going to be launching soon. Get it home. Get it home, this strand, because I would totally be using it with those. I don't want to let the cat out the bag, but you know what I mean. Angela, well done. Jan, East Sussex. Jeanette, Janine, West Yorkshire. Dawn, Janina, hello to you. Kathleen is multi-bought. Don't blame you, Kathleen. Muriel, you're with me. Staffordshire. Vivian, hello to you. Worcestershire, you're there. Have we got quantity of these, Rob? We've got 54, which, to be honest, is an amazing quantity. Can I just put this into perspective whilst you're dialing? Hopefully, whilst you're frantically 0800 644 655 speaking to our contact centre. Can I just put this into concept? It's like me bringing you a strand of Paraiba tourmaline. Has that ever happened? Never say never. It's like me bringing you a strand of Alexandrite. Has that ever happened? Not to my knowledge. It's like me bringing you a strand of Papadacha Sapphire. Never say never, but I highly doubt if we do, it's going to be anywhere near this price tag. Please don't think this is any reflection of the true value or worth. It's going to sell out, Rob, isn't it? I can actually see your names here. Kent, Hilary, Vivian, Staffordshire, Dawn, Janina, you do need to check out. Lynn, Staffordshire, you're with me. Telephone bidders, absolutely stay where you are. It has got a really liquid gold appearance. That's why it's got that sort of treasure chest. It is one of Mother Nature's greatest treasures. I truly, truly believe that. And again, if you imagine you've got so much money you don't even have to think about it, and you want to put it somewhere, then basically, if you think about it logically, it's a great way of actually still holding on to your money. So buy one of the mines whilst it's not actually producing any money back, and I'm not saying all of them, but generally, whilst it's not a business, so it's not regurgitating money, I suppose, you're sat on the ultimate treasure chest, aren't you? That's why very few mine owners will actually gain from the acquisition of this gemstone. Helen in West Midlands, today was meant to be watching only. So far, snakes, and the last two strands. Oh dear, you naughty persuaders. I'm sorry. Helen, we've got that blue lace agate and those Kesy pills coming up as well. We're over allocated. Well done. Well done. Oh, can I just say, massive. That's massive. And I always say with Imperial topaz, and I'm sure you would agree, Fleur, that's not just an acquisition. That's one of your crown jewels of your collection.
That's it. That is where you take one of those and pop it in a special box with all your other little treasures and keep that, just to be able to say you own.
Oh gosh, I mean, you could, even if you won the lottery tomorrow, I don't think you could walk in many jewellers and actually purchase that. Don't think you could. Okay, where am I going? Oh, I've seen this before. It's so lovely. A Rolo chain is very spherical, I suppose. They've all got lovely links. Very simple. You're getting a whole spool of it. I'll let you look at it whilst I try and attach now. Again, it's going to be limited. We're not going to have enough of these. They always sell out, to be honest. So I'm surprised we've got any at all. These are lovely. This is your Rolo chain. It's a lovely colour, antique copper brass Rolo chain. Great way of buying. Chain, because you've got, as you can see on your graphics, 10 meters on this actual spool. It's a 3x3mm link, so it's quite open. This would work amazing with your chainmail. It
would, and you can add it into your chainmail designs very easily, because you can link it in. And I did have a kit, but it had jump rings that colour. With some spacer beads as well. I think it was last week. It was a brilliant kit. So we have got more jump rings coming up of this colour as well to match in, so you can...
I was going to say, with your challenge, with your next kit, it'll be amazing with...
Yeah, because we've got the colour in my challenge as well.
Yeah. Gorgeous. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. I think I launched it in actual fact, I don't know. 10 metres for £14.95. Do you know what I am a bit guilty of? When I see an amazing price point, and straight away my eyes go like... I like to see sort of the reaction of our guest designers, and Fleur did this.
Before Jewellery Maker, we used to have to buy chain in metre lengths, and it came in metre lengths, and they cut it in metre lengths. So if you needed 10 metres, you got 10 1 metre lengths.
Yeah.
It's pretty useless if you want to do a chain dress, say like Gemma made with her, you know, because you have to attach it all together, so you will always see, it won't be a seamless piece if you want to use
there's always going to have that weak point as well, isn't it?
To have 10 metres, and it goes on and on and on and on. You know, I've got a couple of 10 metre spools and 5 metre spools and that, and you just think, my goodness, it's like those tubes of seed beads. It's like they breathe in. It's like it just keeps going.
They would go amazing with those too. So if you've got those seed beads, they're beautiful. I mean, how much jewellery can you get out of 10 metres? A lot. I didn't guess the bracelets.
I mean, there's steampunk's still huge. It's a huge fashion trend in the fashion jewellery sense. And it will be around for a long, long time. So that, with your antique bronze, if you've got any of the watch cogs that we used to have, you know, the Tim Holtz watch cogs, you make a simple piece of jewellery, which is very on trend.
Going back to what you were just saying then, one of somebody I worked with, I did a photo shoot with him before I was egg-shaped. He was really big into the steampunk and things like that, and it's never something I'd worked before, but really edgy. It's a really edgy style, isn't it?
It is very industrial, edgy.
Yeah. Funny you should say that. It was actually photographed on an industrial estate, sort of in sort of pulp pipes and everything. It was really, it was probably the most fun I've had. It was great fun.
It is. It's fabulous.
Loved it. Yes, I really embraced that steampunk design. Now I launched this strand. This is probably one of the biggest launches. 500 of these went. 500. We've got the remaining quantity. Now, why? Why did 500 go? Why was this such a big launch for 2016? You're talking about one of the big blues, but you're also talking about a gemstone which is not just a solid blue colour in terms of its body colour. It is what I would refer to as a gemstone of colours, and that is referring to its amazing ability to display an abundance of pleochroism. Now, if you've never heard of pleochroism, it's basically taking a gemstone if you in fact influence it with light, as that's obviously going to happen, but under differing angles. So for example, it might be one angle 90 degrees, 45 degrees, 180 degrees. That white light actually gets into the heart of the gemstone. You're going to see totally different colours, highly pleochroic. 500 of these went because the size the deal and the quality of the Iolite. Now, the best way, and I'm often asked this question, and the best and simplest way to know what is good and what is not with this gorgeous gemstone is adopt the same grading system that tanzanite has. So you can have non-graded tanzanite, you can have AA, AAA and quad A graded tanzanite. And as I get TGGC, the Genuine Gemstone Company, actually started that grading system. It is adopted globally. Some companies are using that grading system for other gemstones, which strictly speaking is not right, but that's fine. I suppose it's quite easy to sort of follow that, I suppose. But Iolite, the best way is to have that in your mind. Have it in your mind. The more intense those colours, the more valued. I hope I've got enough of these, Rob. We've got quantity, but they're not massive. Not massive. I mean, these are big, individual, sizable Iolites, totally and utterly natural. $6.95 is where we should be. 500 people cannot be wrong, and are already enjoying these stunning natural gemstones. Have they got that intense velvety blue? Yes, they have. And we're at $3.95. I had to pinch myself as I remembered now. This is where we launched them at. I know Fleur's shaking her head in disbelief. Amazing launch. We almost flooded the phone lines. Our call centre was kind of like, what's going on? Oh my goodness, what's going on? They were, listen, all eyes on Jewellery Maker at that time. I don't know if we're going to be able to bring you this gemstone of this scale and this quantity at this price tag, certainly, anytime soon. Like, again, has this got those really intense violet, purpley hues that you want with Iolite as a gemstone? Think about a quad A tanzanite. What is it about a quad A tanzanite which gains it the price tag? It's the intensity of saturation and colour, the pleochroism. Exactly the same method in actually determining the quality of Iolite. So that's the simplest way that I can actually sort of describe it to you. So many of you there. $3.95. I mean, it's a no-brainer, isn't it, for a rare gemstone, which I believe could be the next big blue.
Definitely, I think so, because it's one of my favourite blue gemstones.
It's like an inky blue, isn't it?
It's like what we were saying about the London blue.
Yeah.
There's not another inky blue, that kind of intensity of blue.
Yeah, it's not a purpley or a pinky blue. It's definitely... That's the best way I can describe it, like a pot of ink, I suppose.
It is, yeah. Is it squid ink when you put the squid ink on your risotto? Yeah, it's like that. It's beautiful. And if you are
into... posh?
Oh, and I only had it once.
When when you put the squid ink on your risotto. Oh yeah, I do that every day.
No, I don't do it. It was in a restaurant. An expensive
yeah,
one.
whatever. Okay, moving on. We launched this, Rob, didn't we? It was on the same. It absolutely flew. Just give me a recap, Robbo. How much Robbo? I don't know where that came from. Sorry, Robbo. Robbo did it again. Rob, how many did we have? How many sold? We had 3 figures and we're left with 24. Did you see these, Fleur?
Ooh, 1920s.
They're fab, aren't they? I've got to put it up to the neckline. I've simply got to. 24 of you will be successful. If you missed the initial launch, here's your chance. Chalcedony. And it's this stunning sea blue. Look at those amazing, incredible elongation drops. Our beading buddies actually took just a couple of these and just wire wrapped it very simply in a pair of shepherd hook earrings, and they just looked incredible. I've been wearing them the whole show when we initially launched it. So incredible, aren't they? Yeah, very 1920s. And chalcedony is a really dreamy gemstone. It's got a semi-translucency to it, so light really can get through the gem, but it glows internally. But what I can't describe very well is the feeling, because it has got a real feeling to it as a gemstone. You can actually feel the presence of it. It's cool. It's really cool to the touch. And it just reminds me of that Disney's film, that Disney animation, because it has got a very princessy style.
It has.
And a lovely baby colour.
Yeah, if you put it with a London blue, just put 2 London blue, one either side of the middle one.
Yes.
And then the rest I would have is, if you've got any sterling silver spacers in between, so sterling silver and then those, and then just 2 London blue if you manage to get those. But a stunning strand.
It really is lovely, and the faceting is incredible. It's not unusual to see chalcedony at 3 figures and then some. I think we had some text messages coming live into the studio when we launched this initially, and somebody said, "Elle, I've just found some chalcedony earrings in sterling silver," and they were I think £60, and I was like, "Oh, that's really good. It's a really good price tag." I was really excited by that price tag. I was like, £60 for just. I don't know what size they were. I highly doubt they're anywhere near this size. But yeah, £60. Like, oh, that's right, that's quite good. And that's the reality of it. You're getting 240 carats here for £24.95. It was a very exciting launch. Last opportunity, last chance saloon, basically. I'm sorry to rush you on it. Diana's multi-buying, Maggie, Lynn, Agnes, hello to you. Arthur, you've done it. All telephone bidders have made their confirmations. Well done, not leaving anything to chance. I mean, what would you do with something like this, Fleur?
I would do a really pretty, like an ethereal chainmail weave, and then pop one of these in the centre just as a standalone pendant.
Yeah. And
may use some of the smaller ones to do a headdress as well. So the same sort of thing, like a very elven inspired, like Lord of the Rings style elven design.
Yes.
And but you could, if you wanted to make one of those kind of circlets, you could use some of the silver aluminium wire, which is the 2mm, which is very easy to work with, and then just wire wrap these into place.
That would be fantastic,
It'd be a
isn't it?
beautiful piece. But I'd be smoky quartz, any of those
blue lace agate,
blue lace agate with rose quartz, any of those, or even the Kesy pearls.
How about this? Oh.
Now that would be an amazing piece of jewellery.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, inverted as well, so they don't have to point downwards. No. They can actually be protruding, I suppose. Absolutely incredible. Well done. Stay where you are on those phone lines. Need to move on. Congratulations to you. Now, is it time for the white Labradorite or the normal Labradorite? These are, I mean, Rob, you've been eyeing these up, haven't you? They are big, sizable pairs, but you know, sometimes, like, you've seen pear drops. I know you've seen pear drops, but there's a width to these, so they're beautifully concave on either side, so they're almost like a 306, well, like a pear shape, if you like, the actual fruit itself. An amazing shape. Oh, look, with an incredible quality of labradescence, that phenomena that we all aspire to. 200. Do you see that shape that I'm referring to? There's a real width to them. An incredible phenomena as those mica inclusions trap and play with the light, going right the way up to 32 by 21 millimeters. Here we go. Again, I'm not... You know, all I'm doing is just moving the gemstones, allowing the light to really influence the gem. Point it upwards. Look, you can still see those stunning labradorescence flashes. Again, the width of these are incredible. Look at these. Every single one will be as unique as you and I. Oh, did you see those turquoises? Those turquoise colours? I love this strand, and I agree, Rob. I understand why you're smitten by it. 207 carats, totally and utterly natural. This is Indian Labradorite, so what we've actually acquired from that location recently has just been exceptional. The performance of colour that you get. Think about amylites, think about opals. It's quite similar in sort of what it actually, visually what it actually produces. It's playing with the light, so those mica inclusions are acting the same way that silica sphere inclusions would do with an opal. Absolutely amazing quality. $17.95. I mean, look at the size of these. They're significant, aren't they?
Individual pendants, they are.
Yeah.
You know, and if you're starting to learn to wire wrap and you've not jumped in yet with a drill hole, it's so much easier to anchor that piece in place and then learn your wire wrap around it rather than trying to hold the cabochon and hold the wire as well.
It is
So
a lot
much-
easier,
yeah,
and it gives you extra security. So if you're not confident that you can do that wire weave all the way around, again, just feed the wire through, and you've got two parts there basically, which are securing the gemstone right the way through the heart of the gem. But can I just refer to the width of these? If I turn my hand like so, look how solid they are. They're not little slabs, you know, they're not narrow or skinny. They have got a real density to them. Yeah, so these would be fantastic. Maybe on a 32-inch long line neckline piece, that'd be incredible. You're looking at 2, 4, 6, 7 on this one strand, all displaying labradescence, all sizable. It is, and it always will be one of your favourite gemstones, and I think that is the case. Generally, it draws you in, doesn't it? I always refer to it, and I know you're big into sort of your history and things like that. Are you much of a reader?
Yeah.
I love Wuthering Heights. It's one of my favourite films. I just think this is Heathcliff. This is Heathcliff in a gemstone.
Yeah, it is.
Because he's kind of got a dark mystery,
smouldering, yeah,
but still romantic.
yes.
I mean, a little bit. You know, it's not a bed of roses, that story, obviously.
No.
There's tragedy, there's drama, but at the very core of it, there is romance and love at the end of the day. I do think this incredible gemstone is the Heathcliff. Well done, well done, well done, every single one of you. Now, I've got so much to bring you, including the blue lace, including the Kesy, including some white Labradorite. Yeah, I did say that earlier on, including the most amazing strand of sapphires and Fleur
What were you going to call me?
Flora. I was just going to call you
Fleur.
Fleur. Fleur. Sorry. I'm so sorry. Can I ask you a question?
Yes, lovely.
Is this turquoise some of the best that you've ever seen?
Yes, it is. It's perfect.
Have you ever seen turquoise which has got that much energy of colour?
No.
Now, turquoise can be, especially from Tibet, a little bit more pastel. Do you know what I'm saying? A little bit more, and still beautiful, don't get me wrong. But Tibetan turquoise is not like Sleeping Beauty turquoise, where it's a very definite, energetic, vivacious blue. That's what Sleeping Beauty turquoise is famed for. Generally, it tends to be a little bit softer, a little bit more greenish, and a little bit more pastel, I suppose. Best way I can describe it. Wait until you see this. I've never seen Tibetan turquoise, which has got so much energy. And I've sold Tibetan turquoise for many, many, many years in pieces of jewellery, complete pieces of jewellery. So I'd agree with you, Fleur. This is some of the best I've seen. Incredible quality turquoise. The matrix, the formations, the webbings, patterns across the surface. Of course, you want that. This is natural, so it's not been dyed, because I know there'll be a few jewellery makers watching right now who'll be thinking, well, yes, Eleanor, but turquoise can be really energetic if it's dyed some way. This is not in any way, shape or form natural, not reconstituted. This has come out of the ground with this amazing energy. I mean, have you ever seen colours like this? I mean, look at those gorgeous greens. They're like Colombian-esque greens. In contrast, then, you've got the very definite blues. I wish I actually had some Tibetan turquoise here in the studio that I could sort of hold alongside, just to show you the difference between, and I'm sure many of you already know this, it tends to be a little bit more pastel. That's the best way that I can describe it. Do you agree there, Fleur? It's a softer colour of turquoise, usually.
And it has a lot more lighter matrix through it as well. It looks like, I don't want to say, do you know the stuff that you get in the seaside shops? You know, like the gemstone mineral shops? And it's got a very, very pale, but lots of dark, like brown matrix going through. And it's like you say, it's very, very light blue compared to the matrix. That is such a strong... and natural. Strong, intense colour.
I'm really excited by this, Rob. I hope we've got enough of these to go around. We've got a quantity. Rob is saying we've got quantity. the stunning gemstone, which is steeped in history. Wow, it's been added to my basket without shadow of a doubt. 1995, 70 carats of natural Tibetan turquoise. It is a gemstone which is rich in copper. The copper is what determines the colour. So I'm just thinking this was right slap bang, right next to a big deposit of copper, just because it has got that real energy, beyond anything that I've ever seen before outside, out of this location. A very shallow mine gemstone, so it's not a case like tanzanite that you can continue to dig and dig and dig and dig and dig, and more will actually come out of the ground. Exceedingly rare, exceedingly expensive. For all of you December babies out there, this is one of your birthstones, and you get a little A from Rob, who's obviously a December baby. How exciting to be able to get this quality. What would you do with this, Fleur? Would you just restrand it?
I'd definitely restrand it, maybe with the Rolo chain, the antique bronze Rolo chain, definitely with my challenge.
The challenge jump rings that are coming up.
Absolutely, definitely with those.
And with the kit that you've got coming up as well.
Yeah, with this kit as well. There's lots you can do with this. This strand and because of the shape of it as well, it lends itself to male jewellery as well as female jewellery. And so, if you want to do like a surfer style with a bit of leather, attach it to some leather and then just have a few in the middle, a very surferish piece of jewellery with the beautiful Kesy pearls as well.
I'm incredibly surprised. Incredibly surprised that this is not flying. I'm really surprised by that. Are you, Fleur?
I thought it'd have sold out. I thought it'd have gone.
Yeah. I'm really surprised. Can I just say, we're talking about 28 pence per carat for natural Tibetan turquoise with the most energy of colour that I've ever seen from that locality. I'm amazed that this hasn't been more popular than it has. Those of you that are joining myself and Fleur in the admiration of this and the purchase of this, I guarantee you will be excited by just how intense and vivacious that colour is. I absolutely guarantee it. My personal recommendation. You're going to be delighted. So well done, well done. I need to move on. Well, Fleur, there's plenty for us.
Yep, I'll be having one of those.
Definitely. I will as well. 100%. Okay, how about the longest strand that I've ever seen? Of big, substantial, beautiful, liquid clarity. Oh, these are big boulders of genuine gemstones. 490 carats of your clear quartz. I mean, this is not for the shy and retiring. These are big statement pendants in my eyes. Look at that. With them being the sizes that they are, and the dimensions are on your screen, right the way up to 24 by 16 millimeters, from 14 by 11. Just one of those, using maybe the tassels that come on the end, just suspended from, and again on a long line necklace or not, as the case may be. These are fabulous, aren't they? Really substantial and natural. Often, most gemstones actually undergo a little bit of treatment to enhance their beauty, maybe even to stabilise the gemstone. This needed none of that. I love the size of these, and I am a chunky girl, a chunky jewellery girl. I do like chunky statement jewellery. So this is right up my street. Dare I say, maybe the smaller ones I think could be a perfect stretchy bracelet.
Oh yeah, definitely. And then the large ones, you've got your feature pendants, and whatever colour wire or thread you put through them, it sort of like radiates from the middle out. So if you've got a bright pink fuchsia wire, say,
running through the heart of it, yeah,
it will radiate out. But they, for me, they'd be more home decor. I'd like to use those in home decor.
That's a good idea. Rob's words, this is to merely because we think some of you will probably be wanting to replenish your stash. 490 carats, it's the biggest and most substantial clear quartz strand that I have available for you today, and it's at £5.95. So yeah, I'm with you, Fleur. Great for interior design. Yeah. Curtain swags where they're just going to have that little flash of light, so you can see maybe the spectrum on the wall opposite or something like that. Maybe for your dream catchers.
Yeah. With your curtain swags, all you'd need to do is kumihimo with a thicker cord. So you've got a nice cord, if you like, and then just pop these on the end. And you could even use like you say, the blue tassels. If you've got some blue cords to kumihimo with, kumihimo that for your actual curtain tie back, and then have two of these on the end. so that they're just hanging down.
They'd be fab, wouldn't they?
They're very, very versatile. Very versatile.
And when we say fire, we do mean fire. You will, when you've got clarity like this, even without them being faceted and left in their nugget shape, you will still see that play of light internally, that incredible spectrum of colour as white light enters into the gemstone, literally gets bounced around internally and then brings you back that full spectrum. Lots of you choosing to multi-buy. Gosh, how decadent are we? Talking about using genuine gemstones within our interior design. Well, why not at $5.95? I don't think you could buy plastic, light pools and things like that for that price tag. In fact, I know you can't. I know you can't because I've actually bought a couple recently. Now, it is time for a brand new premiere opportunity. And I know that you've seen Sapphire. I know lots of us are already enjoying this wonderful gemstone, and some of us are lucky enough to have it as their birthstone. But so I thought, what can I look at which maybe our jewellery makers have not read recently or talk about, which maybe would be just something different to what we normally speak about. Well, I was going to go completely on country of origin and things like that, and on my notes here I was talking about sort of location and how most of those are actually going to be or on the verge of depletion in actual fact. It's not just your tanzanite, many sapphire deposits are actually depleting. And then I saw the strand. I saw the strand and I went, scrap that, and I put a line through all of my notes, which I'd been working on for quite a while, because I went, nah, it has to be all about the quality of this colour, because you're about to own some of the finest, beautiful, velvety blues that you could wish for. So the only time I would really talk solely about the country of origin of a gemstone is if it was depleting, really. And the reality is that, yes, certain sapphire deposits are depleting, certain ones already have. As we know, Songea mine is closed, the Burmese sapphire mine is closed. But anyway, that's what I was originally going to speak to you about until I actually saw the strand. So then I was like, right, okay, it has to be all about the colour. And I've been lucky enough to be trained by some very, very highly talented gemologists. I've been lucky enough to have had conversations with very influential individuals in the industry, and for those of you that have got a real passion about gemstones, read Richard Wise's book, or certainly keep hold of it. It's always with me. I think it's in my car right now. Have a read of The Lure of Gems, Steve Bennett's book as well. It's a fountain of information. Richard Wise's book is a little bit heavier, but it talks, you can actually go to the gemstones. It talks about colour, talks about clarity and cutting, etc., and all the different gemstones, and he is an absolute icon. Anyway, but another source which I always refer to is the GIA, the Gemological Institution of America, which is where I've actually got my qualification from as well. It's very easy to read, which is why I like it. You know, you go on there, it's in plain text, you can read it, and it's not sort of a very scientific language. And I printed something off for you, so just go on the GIA, the Gemological Institute of America. It's got an amazing learning library. And I'm not going to read you the whole document, but it's all about sapphire. It says sapphire quality factors across the picture here, and I've just got a black and white document. And you can talk about clarity, you can talk about the cutting, you can talk about the pleochroes and the carat weight. It goes really into it, but I just wanted to read you one paragraph, which as soon as I saw the quality of this strand, I went, okay, it has to be colour. The quality of this colour, the quality and consistency of colour of this strand is just astonishing. So I went straight to the GIA, arguably the most reputable source. It says sapphires come in a wide range of colours, and each colour has its own quality variation. In general, the more intense the colour and the fewer the distracting zones of unattractive colour, the more valuable the stone. Okay, so the more intense the colour and fewer distracting zones of unattractive colour, the more valuable the stone. It goes on to say, colour has the most important influence on blue sapphire's value. The most highly valued blue sapphires are velvety blue to violetish blue in a medium to dark tone. Preferred sapphires also have a strong to vivid colour saturation. The saturation should be as strong as possible without darkening the gemstone. These qualities command the highest prices per carat weight. Off the GIA, and it just says sapphire quality factors. Wanted to show that to you before I show you this amazing strand. So not very often do I totally deviate, or feel inclined to totally deviate of any preparation that I've made. The quality of this strand made me do that. Wait till you get it home. It has got that velvety, violetish blue. You've got 44 carats of stunning natural sapphire. It's not even heat treated in any way, shape or form. Look, this is what I was referring to. That velvety blue, almost cashmere reminiscent blue. It's not so dark that it's navy. We're not talking about sapphire, which is almost black in spaces. So again, avoiding those unattractive colours. You have got that vivacity, which we were referring to, as strong as possible without darkening the colour. Sapphires with these qualities command the highest prices per carat, the GIA website said. Brand new, being launched today. It should be coming your way. $24.95 for natural sapphire with the beauty of this colour. This is not to be missed out on. Even if you've got sapphire within your collection already, $17.95. You didn't tell me that price. No, you didn't, Rob. Absolutely. That's glorious. It is that velvety tone. You think about the royal engagement ring. You know what? Part of the British history, which you look at that wonderful gemstone which is on the Duchess of Cambridge's hand now, obviously married to our future king. It's a velvety blue. I mean, that's a Ceylon sapphire. I'm not talking about the country of origin. I want to talk about that colour, which is the most. Where are the words? Where is it? The saturation. I'm trying to see where it says the most valuing factor. Sapphires come in a wide range of colours, and each colour has its own variation of quality. In general, the more intense the colours and the fewer the distracting zones of unattractive colours, the more valuable the stone. Colour has the most important influence on blue sapphire's value. They don't say country of origin, they say colour. $17.95. Fleur, can you tell how excited I am about this strand?
It's just stunning.
It's the colour, isn't it? It's just beautiful, exceptional colour.
And I think if you gave somebody a colour chart of blues and said which one would be sapphire blue, this is the one that this would be as close to it as you could possibly get. Absolutely.
I mean, I haven't got a picture to show you of the royal engagement ring, or maybe any of Elizabeth Taylor's pieces that she's been pictured over the years wearing, but you'll see this velvety colour if you do any research on the web, or if you've got lovely publications or books at home. It's that velvety blue that commands the highest price tag. $17.95 is astonishing for 44 carats.
I never thought that I would be able to work with sapphire of that quality, to be able to put it into like a sterling silver piece of chainmail, or even just simple drop earrings.
No.
You know, not even putting chainmail into it, you know, whichever medium, just simple on a head pin, sterling silver head pin, 3 of those on a shepherd's hooks. And I would be charging more than that for one pair of,
I'd hope so.
Of sapphire earrings.
I'd absolutely hope so. My 21st birthday, my 21st birthday, my mum and dad bought me a sapphire pendant, still got it, and it's this lovely velvety, intense purple, purple blue, and it's in sterling silver. I absolutely treasure it, not just for the sentimental reasons, but because it has got that real intensity of colour and energy at the same time. You do need to check out, I've got so many of you with it in your basket, including, by the way, I've got presenters with us getting involved, and I'm not surprised at all. Patricia, Sharon, Carolyn, Jean, Susan, Janine, Bridget, Tracy, Multibuying, Agnes, Samantha, Christine, Glamorgan, well done to you. Again, loads of web bidders. Wendy, hello to you. Neathport Talbot, Vivian, Vicky, hello to you. Heather, hello to you. West Yorkshire, Dawn, Hilary, Stacey, Oxfordshire, Jill, Denise, Patricia, Sharon in Country Atrium, Tessa, you're there. Also, I'm so excited for you. It only gets better from here, by the way, when you actually get this home. Sorry, Rob is just saying, Elle, don't forget we've got that launch of the new jump rings coming up with Fleur, and the blue lace agate coming your way, and those brand new pearls coming up. Gosh, I'm really excited. I need to calm down. Do need to calm down. It's only because I'm chuffed for you. I am really, really chuffed for you. So wait till they get them home. Natural as well. I would absolutely guarantee, in my opinion, I think you should download the actual certificate of authenticity with this as well.
Yeah.
Just not for the country of origin, just because of the quality of the actual sapphire itself. If it's $17.95, I mean, this could be quadruple that price, and I'd still say you were getting an incredible deal. You've got that consistency. Can I just read that short paragraph to you again for the benefit of those of you that are just tuning in? This is a massive star buy. Yes, sapphire is a gemstone that we have brought to you previously before, but this is a brand new strand, and it's the first time ever that I have seen a sapphire like this where I've gone, you know what, I'm not going to talk about what I originally prepped. I'm not going to talk about the country of origin and the depletion of certain mines, like the Burmese mine, like the Ceylon mines. I'm not going to talk about the fact that it is generally alluvially actually unearthed, you know, tiny fragments through riverbeds. That's what I was going to be talking about at length. I went, no, it's got to be the colour. So I downloaded one document, talk about last minute, because I saw the quality and I went, it's got to be the GIA, read that short paragraph, and that's good. That to me does this strand the justice that it deserves. I'll read it just quickly once more. Sapphires come in a wide range of colour, and each colour has its own quality variations. In general, the more intense the colour and the fewer the distracting zones of unattractive colour, the more valuable the stone. Colour has the most important influence on blue sapphires. I think that's the biggest sentence, don't you? Do you agree? Colour has the most important influence on blue sapphire's value. The most highly valued blue sapphire is a velvety blue to violetish blue. Can I just give my hand a little wiggle for 1 second? In medium to dark tones. Preferred sapphires also have a strong vivation of saturation. This saturation should be as strong as possible without darkening the colour and compromising the brightness. Sapphires with these qualities command the highest price per carat. Today we're at $17.95. You can download that. That's off the GIA. Any questions whatsoever, do get involved. I've got so much to bring you. An amazing designer inspiration with the gorgeous Fleur. We've got the launch of new jump rings coming up as well. We've got the blue lace agate and some brand new Kesy pearls as well. Well done, everybody. What an amazing start to the show. What an amazing acquisition. I'll be back with you, and so will our Fleur just after this.
Did you know that if you go to JewelleryMaker.com and sign up to our mailing list, then you'll receive 10% off your first order with us. We'll also keep you updated with special offers, theme shows, program guides and Jewellery Maker tutorials. Jewellery Maker. Create, wear, share. Get creative with Mark Smith with his Craft Fair DVD. Mark guides you through 6 sections of fascinating techniques that sell the best on his very own successful craft fairs. He concludes this DVD by sharing his own tips and hints that make his own stalls very popular. To get your hands on a copy of this fantastic DVD, contact our call centre on 0800 644 655. Get creative with Jewellery Maker. Tanzanite is truly spectacular. This precious gemstone is only found in one location in the world, Tanzania, Africa. Claimed to be 1,000 times rarer than diamonds, Tanzanite is the blue variety of zoisite. Tanzanite is extremely popular due to its trichroic nature, which means that 3 different colours can be seen when looking at the gem from different angles. In Tanzanite's case, these colours are blue, pinkish violet and yellow. Jewellery making? Not sure where to start? Not sure what materials you'll need? Then tune in to Jewellery Maker between 7 PM and 9 PM throughout January for our Get Started show. We'll guide you through how to get started with step-by-step tutorials. Our talented designers will give you advice, inspiration, and introduce you to new mediums. Start off the new year with a new hobby. Did you know when you book on a Jewellery Maker workshop, you are given exclusive access to our Jewellery Maker shop? You can browse through special items and offers, be privy to selected discounts and deals that you can't get at any other time. Shop whilst you learn and grab yourself some amazing offers. For more information on workshops and available dates, contact our call centre.
Sapphire is an incredibly important gemstone. It actually comes in a vast array of colours. I think commercially we always think of gemstones like sapphire as being blue, but it is available in pinks, yellows, greens, purples, and even vibrant tones such as orange. Sapphire itself is the birthstone for September, making it a really beautiful, unique gift if you want to personalise your collection. It's also 9 Mohs on the hardness scale, which means it's incredibly durable if you want to wear your jewellery pieces every day. Sapphire has been revered since ancient times for its beauty and its lustre. It's been used from the Middle Ages right through to modern day. Today's modern day piece in sapphire, which captures the nation's imagination, would be the engagement ring given to Princess Diana. That ring is now being worn by Kate Middleton, and we have seen a surge in people buying sapphire as the ultimate love gift.
Welcome back, everybody. How are you? Nice to have your company. My name is Ella. I'm joined by Fleur.
Hi.
Not Floor, as I called you earlier on.
I've been called a lot worse. It's all right.
So have I, to be fair. Doesn't bother me. I answer to most things. Insulting, complimentary, I'll answer to both, to be honest. Nothing, water off a duck's back, I think. I think when you get to sort of a certain age, you're like, yeah. Just don't care, do you?
And especially with an unusual name, because when, like in Dr. Surgeons, when they've shouted me, you'd be amazed.
What? How do they pronounce your name wrongly?
I've had Fleur.
Fleur.
And then
Fleur.
I've had Flora.
Flora.
It hasn't even got.
You're not a Marge.
No, I'm not a Marge.
You're not
Flora's
spreadable.
a beautiful name, but it's not mine. Yeah, I've had lots and lots of weird and wonderful names.
I'm gonna make you know when you were a child and you used to sort of buy you used to make, I don't know if you ever did this, but I did. You get a crisp packet, put it in the oven for a little bit, and it shrinks. Basically perfectly formed, but shrinks down.
I've never done that.
I know, Rob's saying, why on earth would you do that? Because believe it or not, we used to make jewellery out of it, these tiny, weeny, little mini crisp packets. I know, we did, used to. I used to wear them on earrings. Walkers, crisp packets. Other crisp brands are available. I did. Anyway, I'm going to do with that with a little tub of Flora Marge and
have it as me.
Yeah.
Me jewellery.
And make it for you. Yay. Anyway, sorry. We've got to get cracking because we've got loads to bring you. We've got the launch of your new jump rings. We've got those amazing pearls. We've got stunning blue lace agate. But if I can, bring you some beautiful quality button pearls. And I was having I went down to see my parents on the weekend, myself and Tom. We went out for a lovely meal, and we were talking about pearls specifically because Mum and Dad know how much I love pearls, and my mum loves pearls. In fact, she was wearing her pearl necklace, that I bought for her on Saturday night, and she was saying, "Eleanor, you always mention how much you want to buy pearls." And you are, in the past, I've actually said, "Mum, please, can you be on the phone lines?" And they were like, and I know you've already got them, so do you want us to keep buying you more? And I'm like, yeah, that's why I'm asking you. Yeah, I really do. I mean, not buying them for me, obviously I'll give them the money back, but they were like, do you want us to keep buying every time you say this? I'm like, yeah, because do you know the reality is I often miss out because, do you agree, Fleur? Because quality like this flies, you recognise it and you're straight on it and they sell out. These are some of our, well, when these were launched, some of our most popular, because you have got lovely button shapes, so they've got quite a flat edge, a flat surface, and then a lovely domed effect, but smooth nacre surface, and again, great for earrings, amazing for individual pendants. Look at the sheer dimensions and sizes, 10 by 9 millimeter, and a great way of actually creating a décolletage piece which is going to lay against the neckline. Now, it's last in stock, so we're going to have to bring the quantity on for you. $9.95. So going back to what I was just saying, when I actually said, oh, and it was in a lovely little pub grub place down in South Wales, and I was like, yeah, I do. Whenever I say it, I really want you to try and get them for me, please, because I keep missing out. I could probably, I haven't got that many pearl strands, nowhere near as much that I'd want, because the quality that Jewellery Maker offers is, I do think, exemplary. Do you agree, Fleur?
It is. And do you know, sometimes when you go to, say, the high street and you see pearl jewellery in the high street, it's not pearls, and they're fake pearls, not shell pearls, they're like glass pearls or plastic. And they are a fortune. Yeah, and
not $9.95 for genuine cultured pearls.
You couldn't buy a bracelet from the high street for that, I don't think. So to make your own in genuine pearls, and I don't think you can't fail to make elegant jewellery with pearls. Whatever you put it with, and it will go with everything that's on the T-bar, everything that's in the boxes, everything.
Absolutely.
It's just a beautiful backdrop.
We were actually having a conversation, sorry, I'll read it. Julie, yes, no problem. We were having a conversation in your workshop the other day, Fleur, and we were saying, and this was not just Fleur and I, generally that it was like the whole workshop and a group of ladies, and we were going, we believe in our minds that us as jewellery makers, I'm talking us as a family if you like, probably undervalue this gemstone the most. Undervalue it the most, and everybody was like, yes, totally agree. Julie in the Isle of Wight, hello to you, my darling. She says, morning, Ellen Fleur. Would you say happy birthday to my sister Helen? I have got her hooked on JM too. I know she spent her birthday money on JM. Happy birthday, Helen, my darling. I won't sing to you because that'll spoil your day. Believe me, nobody needs to hear that, but I hope you have a fantastic day, and lovely to hear from you, Julie, as well. Okay, moving on. Is it time? Is it time for the launch? They arrived in the studio. Well, you saw Amelia pass them to me only, what, an hour or so ago? It's a brand new matrix collection of stunning jump rings. Now, these are these the biggest that we've ever actually seen?
Biggest open jump rings, yeah.
Now, you get the 4 different colours, so perfect for your chainmail, Fleur.
Yeah, absolutely.
You've been busy creating with it as well. Great way of creating a piece of jewellery with minimal investment as well. What I mean by that is because of the bigger sizes.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you don't need
that many.
No, don't need as many at all. I mean, I made a complete bracelet, and I've still got
all of those
colours left in each box. So,
absolutely incredible. So I'm going to very much lean on Fleur. You get 40. Oh, I love that. I didn't realise it was all. You've got 3 different colours there.
Yeah. So no, I've got 2 colours in the bracelet and then 2 colours in the necklace and earrings.
2 colours. So you've got the pink in the centre as well, and then yes, the earrings. Love those. Absolutely incredible. now, so new, I didn't even know we were going to be launching these, never seen them previously before. Rob was like, when I found out that Alison was unfortunately a little bit poorly, so that we had Fleur, fantastic. I was like, okay, specially requested. Rob was like, I'd actually gone home at this point. So who sorted it all out? Laura, lovely Laura upstairs actually sorted this out for today's launch. So yeah, a little bit of a knee-jerk reaction, but fantastic though that we get a launch. And again, a little thank you to our Fleur for being so flexible and coming in. So if anyone's going to launch it, then it should be you, Fleur, really, shouldn't it?
Oh, thank you.
Michelle has messaged in, OMG, those jump rings are awesome, or look awesome. They are. Let me get some of them out as well. It comes with a storage container, by the way. If perhaps you could talk to me about the size of these jump rings, Fleur, and sort of say, is there any weaves that they would be particularly appropriate for?
So the first thing that struck me when I saw these, because this is the first time I've seen them as well, is I first thought, oh gosh, I hope they're open, and they are. They're beautifully cut like our normal jump rings. I get quite a lot of messages asking where I get my large coloured jump rings for, so people can learn the jump ring, the chainmail weaves.
Yes. Oh, yeah,
that's
a good point.
First thing that I thought of is this little matrix box here. You can learn all the weaves that I do with my large jump rings, and you've got 4 separate colours. And I only tend to work with 4 separate colours because there's not many weaves where you'd add 4 rings into a section. So I tend to only work with 3 different colours. So this box, and I've done quite a few weaves, and I've opened and closed some of them, so I've practiced about 4 or 5 weaves to see which one I like the look of most. And you can open and close them, and they don't come out of shape, they don't lose their you know, 'cause sometimes when you open and close metal,
especially if they're bigger, I'd imagine it's more obvious.
Yeah, you can get sort of like stress creases in the metal. There's no stress creases at all in any of these jump rings. They are brilliant.
Aren't they gorgeous? And the fact you've got the 3 colours too.
Yeah, we've got 4 colours.
4? What am I talking about? 4 colours. What am I talking about? Just amazing. So you've got the rose gold, the copper, the silver, and the yellow gold there. Beautiful combination. You're getting 40 of each of them too. So in terms of this box, which obviously 4, 8, 60, 160 jump rings in total. How many pieces of jewellery could you create? And it does depend on what designs, I totally understand that. But your earrings, how many jump rings have they included?
There's 6 in each jump ring, so there's 12 in each jump ring. So I've created
12 jump rings for a pair of earrings.
I could have created this bracelet in the gold and silver that is left and had a full suite of jewellery, if you like, and not gone into the other colours. So I could have done a full suite, done the bracelet, which is quite jump ring heavy, because obviously it's a half Persian, so there is quite a few jump rings in there because it's a continuous chainmail piece. There's no other pieces in there. And then, like you say, 6 each for each of the Mobius rings. And I've still got all this left. But for me, this would be my feature jump rings. If I want to learn chainmail, if I've never done chainmail before,
great.
This box is a godsend because, like I say, they open and close so easily. They're really, you could even open them with your fingers, but they're strong. Yeah. They're really robust.
I absolutely adore those earrings, and that's the Mobius ring you actually said. And funny enough, we actually had a lovely picture from one of our jewellery makers on our wall of fame yesterday of the Mobius ring. I don't know if you heard me read it out. And Sharon Essex is saying, got mine so chuffed, mega Mobius. I love that design, and it's actually very easy, isn't it?
It's very, very easy. We can quickly do one as well.
Lovely.
And like I say, you could add, I've got 6 in there, I could add another 6 and create a big vortex, so create a great big rose effect of them as well. Be amazing.
I tell you what, I'm going to wander over to you, Fleur. I'm going to wander over, I'm taking my jump rings with me, and I'm going to bring my cup of tea. I'm going to waddle my way over to you.
I'll move the chair.
Because the Mobius ring, I've seen you demonstrate previously before, my darling. Yeah. And like I said, this is brand new, so our Fleur hasn't had a chance to you haven't been working with this for a week or anything like that, have you? So I'm bringing these over. So Mobius ring, you said there's 6 in each, so that's 13 pairs of earrings.
Yeah.
In this one box.
Yeah, I mean, the ruby that I've got on the bottom is out of the kit, and to have a sizable ruby on a Mobius ring. I mean, For me, that's it's like high-end fashion jewellery.
Yeah,
for me,
totally.
that is I could wear that, and they're so robust. They're fabulous colours. They're fabulous coating as well, because I've actually slipped off of the side of one, and none of the coating came off of it at all. So,
Your actual pliers slipped?
So what I tend to do when I get new jump rings is I take one and I kill it a bit.
Yeah.
And I bend it and I open it too wide and then see if it's going to snap and just see the quality of it.
You're testing it,
So
basically.
yeah, basically.
Oh, that's good. You're our jump ring quality assurance tester.
Yeah.
I love that. Let's bring that price tag in, because I can see rows of you there already. So for 160 16mm jump rings with the 4 colours, $29.95. And think based on the fact that those earrings or that pendant. I mean, you've got 30. Is that 13 pairs? Did you say? Pairs, so that's 26 Mobius rings,
yep.
26 pendants.
26
that's what, just over £1 per pendant.
And that would be, even without that ruby on the bottom, that would be a lot more than £1.
Oh my gosh, yes, 100%. That's working out at 18 pence per jump ring.
Yeah. And Mobius is a great
And they
way...
are plated, by the way, sorry,
Yeah,
silver
they are.
plated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Mobius is a great way to start. If you've never done chainmail before, it's a great way to start. And these bigger sizes, as I demo with the large sizes, you can see where each jump ring goes. So something like that half Persian 4-in-1 bracelet there, in a slimmer size, looks really intricate, and you think, oh, I wouldn't dare have a go because it looks too intricate. But as you can see from that, you can see where each jump ring goes, and it gives that really lovely, chunky, but it's not heavy, but you know that it's there. You know, it's one of those kind of pieces of jewellery. It's
Have we got time for a quick 5-minute demonstration?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yep.
Did I just see that we've got a message from Tammy? Oh, sorry, Alison. Alison's got these. I'm not. Oh, sorry. As in guest designer. Yeah, not surprised. Not surprised at all. You're not alone, Alison. There's loads of people getting involved. We've got quantity of these, Rob, because I know it's a brand new launch. We have got a really exciting quantity. I didn't even know about these. Did you know about them this morning?
Not at all. No. The first thing when I came in, and Rob said, we've got some brand new jump rings we're going to give to you.
Alison has said, morning ladies, snuggled up enjoying the show. Oh, bless. Hope you're feeling better, my darling. Thanks to Fleur for stepping in, loving the big jump rings, got mine. Get well soon, my lovely. Get well soon. Stay in bed, snuggled up, best place for you.
Yeah, don't move.
Don't move.
Stay
and
there.
I hope you've got a little bell. Ding-a-ling-a-ling-ling. Well, not a bell, maybe you can actually.
Alison will love that blue lace agate.
Yeah, you will love the blue lace agate. So, you've just opened, and that's showing how you actually open a jump ring.
So
sounds very basic, but...
So when we open a jump ring, so you can see just the quality that's there straight away. You know, you can barely see that cut. They're so fabulously cut there. So what we need to do is now just move across and look for the opening there of the actual jump ring itself, and we're just going to pull one side towards me, okay? And that's how you open that jump ring. So very, very easily to open. They're so lovely and malleable, but like I say, really, really strong. Okay, so we're going to do a Mobius ring. Shall we do a Mobius?
Please do, because the Mobius ring's like, you know what, I can do chainmail. I can do it after I saw this.
Do you want to have a go as well?
Oh no, don't put that pressure on me, because I tend to crumble on live television. That's why you're the guest designer.
We won't make it, I'll do.
I do crumble, you see.
We should have a Mobius challenge though, like Helen has a wire hemo challenge. We should have a Mobius challenge.
No, Helen was one that pointed out how rubbish I was actually making one, so I'm not going to enter into that challenge either.
Maybe not then. Okay, so as with all chainmail, all you need are 2 pairs of pliers. So I've got the 0-on pliers here, but you don't actually have to have the 0-on pliers. You can sort of use the ones that are in your large toolkit, so your flat nose or your chain nose. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I've got one closed jump ring there, the silver jump ring, and I've just opened a couple of the jump rings here so that I can add them in. What I'm going to do is hold the jump ring like in a horizontal, so it's like a clock face, okay? And with my open jump ring, I'm going to come down through the middle about 4 o'clock. Now, the only way that a Mobius ring won't work is if you change the direction of the ring that you're adding in. So I always go from top to bottom down at about 4 o'clock. And give that one a little close. And when you close it, go past the point and come back, give it a little wiggle, and it'll go back as clean as it was when you got it out of the box. Just run your finger over the top, And now we've got 2 jump rings together. So you can see straight away they're starting to interlock together. Okay. So now I'm going to take my next jump ring. We'll go for this beautiful antique bronze. Again, from the top down through the middle of both of the jump rings this time. So I've gone through both of them, about 4 o'clock again, and close it up. Now three jump rings is your traditional Mobius ring. Okay, so I'm just going to pop it down on the...
It's like a Russian wedding band.
It is yeah, it's just like an infinity circle, so they're constantly going round each other.
Yes.
So what I'm going to do now is just going to add another one in, and the thing about the Mobius ring, and when you add more jump rings in, you can sort of like get a nice effect with the colours, how you add the colours in. So if you can see the ones on the actual piece there, I've added them gold, silver, gold, silver, gold, silver. So the silver stay on one side and the gold stays on the other. If you can see that. Can you see how it's sort of like, so you can have a little play about with the, you know, the way that you put the colours in, so they sit together. So I'm just carrying on now, just adding, and you can just carry on adding until you've got no more gap in the middle. And that's how simple these are, and they make with these 16mm jump rings, they make a really substantial piece of jewellery that, you know, doesn't really need anything else doing to it apart from a gemstone on the bottom. You know. I
don't think so. I mean, I was just thinking. I was thinking earlier on. I mean, that's sweet. The Mobius and the earrings, even without the ruby, would be absolutely amazing.
Yeah, and it's and because it's weighted so beautifully, it sits so nicely as well.
Yeah.
So it does sit really, really beautifully. So I'm just carrying on here till I...
Yeah, ignore my cup in the background. I do apologise for that. Sorry, my cup of tea.
So you can see now I've got
that's
about 8
lovely.
in there now.
So this is a Mobius with 8, and I mean you're not restricted until I suppose the hole in the centre is full.
The hole in the centre's completely...
Just keep feeding it through.
Yeah, just as long as you get from the same top to bottom all the time, and you get the same sort of like orientation. If you drop it on the floor and it goes a little bit messy, all you need to do is with your pliers just pop them in the middle. I don't know if you'll be able to see this from the overhead, and give it a spin, and it sorts them all out.
Look.
So all you do is just give it a little spin, and you'll see then which one's sitting correctly. But you can see now that's a...
It's so Cartier. You've just taken me back literally decades there when I used to sell Cartier jewellery. It's so amazingly like that. And again, a Russian wedding band.
Yeah.
Lots of jewellers actually use the multiple tones. Thank you so much. We're going to have to move on because we've still got a kit to bring you as well in this hour. So again, still availability on those jump rings. Grab them whilst you can because they would be fantastic with this kit. So we'll take a wander this way and we'll be back with the lovely Fleur in a second. Hugely excited. I mean, this is not just about the gemstones, it's about the amount of wire that you get. And if you've got those jump rings, I think you're going to want to get this as well because they work perfectly together, don't they, Fleur? I'm going to start with the wire. And I'm going to start with 100 metres of it. It is your Lady Luxury. You have got 100 metres of your 0.8, and this is the coppered colour. So again, goes amazingly with what you've just seen, the demonstration that Fleur has, just because of the size and the dimensions of the wire as well. Yeah. It's going to go on and on and on and on and on. It's going to last you an absolute age, and gives you that lovely reflective lustre. Of course, copper is huge at the moment in terms of with your jewellery. But we're not just done with your wire. You've got 100 metres, as I said, of your 0.8, and you've also got, look at this, the 0.25, which is fantastic for weaving, or in the demonstration earlier on this morning, you had Fleur who was creating kind of like a Viking knit, so again, you can use the 0.25 for that.
Yeah, you can. It's very, it takes a long time to make it, but you can do it, and you can do it with a 0.8
Yeah, it's a lot more intricate, isn't it? Yeah. And on this, you've actually got 100 metres as well, so it's going to go 200 metres of wire straight away in your round copper colour, which I absolutely love, but also the gemstones are really going to excite you. I know that we'll have, without even looking at my call screen, I know that I will actually have people on the phone lines just because of the 200 metres of your wire as well. Gosh, where do I start? This is very high end. Very, very, very high end. I'm inclined to start with a peridot. A long strand, 36 centimetres of 3mm plain rounds of peridot. obviously totally and utterly natural. This gemstone is not enhanced in any way, shape or form, and it has got that gorgeous, gorgeous spring green. I love the simplicity of these. In fact, all of the gemstones, I love the fact that they're not faceted. You know, they are plain rounds. It's not about the angles of the crown facets or the pavilion facets or, you know, whichever. It's all about simplicity and allowing the gemstone itself to do all of the talking. Where do we go from here? So you've got 200 meters of wire, you've got your peridot. Oh, do you know that? Can I leave my favourite to last? Now, I think this is Fleur's favourite, just because you've used it. Yeah. That's funny, because this is yours, that's mine.
Yeah.
This is natural ruby. Now, it's what Fleur actually had suspended from the Mobius rings. You were looking at 92 carats of natural ruby, very rich, velvety red, amazing with the copper colour, don't you think? And they're not nuggets. I wouldn't say these are nuggets. No. But they are unfaceted, so they're not rough in any way, shape or form. They have got that polish across the surface, so amazing luster. But and whilst they are an organic shape, they're not obscure, if you know what I mean. Without doubt, why is this your favourite, Fleur?
I just love ruby. I love it. And I know emerald is beautiful as well, but for me, that just is pure elegance, that strand.
It is.
It's just pure elegance.
And
it's
of course,
just beautiful.
Recently sold at the highest price point for any colour gemstone, 19 million.
Yeah.
Was that you?
I wish it was.
Was that you? Yeah. I wish as well. I wish it was. Yes, stunning. But we've still got more. My personal favourite is this amazing emerald strand. Energy of colour. You're looking at 52 carats, again, of natural emerald. Two of the most expensive gemstones on the entire planet, and also two gemstones which are recognised without shadow of a doubt globally. You've got Brazilian emerald, and for those of you thinking, well, Ellen, you were just saying about how country of origin doesn't impact the price point. It doesn't. It doesn't. I mean, certain collectors might be, oh, I only go for Colombian or Zambian emerald or whatever. It doesn't. It's the quality of the emerald or the ruby or whatever gemstone you're referring to, ultimately. But Brazilian emerald has recently really gained a lot of recognition because of once upon a time it was kind of substandard, I suppose, to all of the former named locations. Now, because of the energy, like what you're seeing on your screen, it's kind of gone, all right then, yeah, okay, it's not just about sort of very dark, heavily included emeralds. You can see that energy. Okay, should be £59 and 75 pence. One of the biggest price reductions of the entire morning. In fact, it is the biggest. Almost £30 back in your pocket, $29.95. I'd pay that for the emerald, I'd pay it for the ruby, I'd pay it for the peridot, I'd certainly pay it for the wire. Look at everything you're getting here. Fleur, you've got a face of, your expression is of disgust there.
The wire alone is that, and more, to buy 200 metres of wire would be that. And then to get 3 of the most popular gemstones, or 2 that are renowned, whoever you talk to, they know ruby and emerald. You know, it's part of the, if you said name a gemstone, it'd be diamonds, rubies, emeralds,
of course
sapphires.
It would, yeah, because that's ingrained into us, isn't it? From a very early age.
And they are like...
$29.95.
Like you say, that emerald must be that.
Without doubt. The ruby must be that. The peridot must be that.
Yeah.
Well, actually, if you break it down, the emerald is actually £6 with this price. The ruby's actually £6. The peridot is actually £6. 100 metres of your 0.8 wire is £6. 100 metres of your 0.25 wire is £6.
And you know, your 0.8 wire is for me, it's very versatile. 0.2 is wonderful for your weaving, but 0.8 you can make your earring findings with it, you can make your clasps with it. You know, I made a brooch back with it on the first kit. It's substantial enough to create a form and hold its form. You can hammer it, you can make jump rings from it. I mean, I can't imagine how many jump rings I could make out of 100 metres of 0.8. You can't make large sizes jump rings with 0.8. It has to be slightly smaller because the wire structure of the 0.8 isn't thick enough to hold like a really chunky weave together.
Okay.
So yeah, you go for about a 4mm in a diameter. then you could make a lot of jump rings. And
My goodness, I'm just absolutely in awe of the fact.
That's a wire worker's dream, that.
Oh, it's anybody's dream in my eyes, because I'm just thinking about the fact that when we used to launch, or when we used to bring you 100-metre spools like that, and I'm going back to sort of, I've been around for about over 3 years now, it was always in excess of £20, usually about £20–30 for especially the 0.8, that thicker gauge. There is silver plating on there. I saw a question actually on our Facebook page. Is there silver plating within our spools of wire? Yeah, there is. So what it is you have the copper, then you have the plating, and you have the colour as well. I'm not surprised. Here we go. I've just seen your names. I'm not surprised at all. There are tons and tons and tons of you there. Have we got quantity of this kit, Rob? 55. It's not enough, is it?
I can see people multi-buying it as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm wondering how many. I'm guessing right now that some of our guest designer wire workers are not at home right now, just because. Here, Michelle in County Durham saying the only 100-metre reels of a 0.8mm on your website at £24.95. Thanks, Michelle. Thank you. Absolutely. That means everything else is £5. Look at my hands and my hips.
Do you know, even as somebody that doesn't work in wire a lot, I would buy this kit purely because of the amount of wire, let alone the gemstones that are in there. I mean, peridot is just beautiful. Like we were saying earlier with the yellow, like yellow quartz.
That would be
shards,
fab, wouldn't it?
You know, that would go beautifully with those as well. But to get that ruby, I mean, the ruby is just beautiful.
To get the emerald.
It's the ruby.
No, it's the emerald.
It's the ruby.
To get the emerald.
Look at that. Look at the ruby.
Where's the emerald?
No, it's all about the ruby.
Well, you know what? Hang on a second. You know what? If we work on the basis, Michelle, if we're buying that reel for £24.95, I think everything else works out at £1. There or thereabouts. That's ridiculous. I can't even say £1. I have to say £1.
Yeah.
That ruby, £1.
Not for just that one though. For the whole strand.
I know.
I'd pay. Well, you'd pay more than £1 just for the one.
Yeah.
Wow.
Absolutely. Tons of you there. And again, I'm looking at London's bought 3, Karen's bought 2. I've got Pauline. Oh, I can't read everyone's names. You will need to check out. Alison has just messaged in, wire work, a guest designer, a little bit under the weather, bless her, tucked in bed as we speak. Loved both of these kits, and a wire weaver's dream, and the gemstones, especially the peridot. Ah, you're loving the peridot. See, Alison,
between us,
we should.
And I'll have the ruby.
I'll have the emerald, you can have the peridot, Alison. How does that sound? That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, but who's having the wire? To be honest, at this price, we might as well buy one each.
Yeah.
Stop permitting, that is.
I don't think we would be able to with all those.
Stop permitting. Now, can we just point out, if you're wanting to see Fleur's designs, she has only just got it today, because Alison, who you've just seen messaging, she's a bit poorly at the moment. She's tucked in bed as we speak. So, Fleur, you very kindly stepped in.
Yeah.
So, you haven't had a chance to sort of, to create an amazing suite.
No, and I would have loved to have. Well, I wouldn't have been on the same par as Alison, because Alison, I bet's created some amazing jewellery. But I had a little go this morning. I made a little wire flower because I didn't have any of these gauges at home, unfortunately. So where I could do the little bit of Viking knit last night, I didn't have any of these gauges. But I'm glad really, because it pushed me, and I was like, no, I can make a lovely flower.
It goes to show as well, I mean, the fact that you've actually pointed that out and you said, as a guest designer, one of our regular guest designers, I didn't have these gauges in this colours at home. That speaks volumes to me.
Because whenever it's on, it sells out in this colour, because it's such a popular colour. It goes with all gemstones. So sometimes you put a silver next to a ruby and you don't like it as much as a gold next to a ruby. With a copper, it's the best of both worlds. It goes with everything. It's so warming. Yellow
warms, and so does a copper.
Yeah.
It's quite warming, I totally agree. How are we looking on stock levels, Rob? Okay, we've got so many in baskets. It is going to be a sellout without shadow of a doubt. If you're watching on repeat, please do check out those baskets. So, okay, how have we created this wonderful corsage?
So it's really simple, and it doesn't look anything like a flower till right at the very last minute. And I was doubting myself, thinking, no, I can't do it. And then all of a sudden it came as a flower. I was like, oh, I can do it.
Of course you can. If anyone you can.
Yeah, and it's like I say, the only reason I'd love to do more wire work. I just don't have enough time with what I do with my chainmail to play with wire. But this has really sort of like reinvigorated my love for wire. I think
It's like a big chrysanthemum.
It is, isn't it? I can imagine it as I said, I've been in my
Do you know what
hair.
would have made that even more beautiful? With an emerald in it.
It wouldn't. It wouldn't. It looks beautiful with a ruby.
Okay, sorry.
Okay.
Rob's like, stop it. Stop it, stop it, stop it.
So I think it was Gemma Crow that I learnt this design from. So Gemma did this quite a long time ago on a designer inspiration, and I loved it. And like I say, it's a very nice way of making a flower, which doesn't look like a flower right to the very end. So what I've done is I've made 3 separate flowers, all of different sizes, if I bring it back across. So there's actually 3 separate ones there are all different sizes. So I'm just going to make one just to show you how easy they are. Okay, so just move that out of the way. So I've got a piece of wire that's about 13 inches. Okay, so I'm going to make sort of like the smaller size with this one. And before I start anything, I'm going to pop one little loop on the end of my wire. Okay, and now what we need to make is like a series of zigzags. Okay, so the zigzags all have to be the same height. Okay, so I'm going to take my flat nose pliers. Now this is where your first one obviously dictates how big your flower is going to be. So I'm just going to pop my pliers in about an inch from the little loop and bend it straight over. And don't be too worried that these are, if they're a bit wonky, because we're going to shape them in a minute anyway. So that's my first little prong, if you like. So like I said, you're trying to make like a hair comb type of a look. So I'm now going to go in at the bottom and making sure that the bottom sections are in line, because if one of these is slightly bigger, you'll get one petal that's bigger, because each one of these becomes a petal.
So as much as, if you've got the wire jig, could you do this around a wire jig?
Yeah, I could do it on a wire jig, no problem. When I made mine, I made a really nice like fascinator. I made mine, I just had a piece of paper, a graph piece of paper, and I just marked out the distances that I needed and marked it like that. So, I mean, the more you do, the more you can see it by eye, if you like. So you can see that you just go along. Now, when you're making these flowers tend to be in odd numbers.
Yes.
So I tend to like making my flowers with 7 petals. So I'm going to go along and make 7 petals, all like that. So I've done one here so that you didn't have to watch me make all that. So you can see I've got 7 of my little petals all the way around. To finish, I finished again like I started with one little loop. Now, this is where it starts to look nothing like a flower and you panic. Don't panic, because it'll all come right when you get to the very end. So I'm just using the 0.4 from the kit, because I don't want to open that 0.25 from this morning, because so I'm just using a different colour just so you can see where I'm going to weave in and out. So the 0.25 is what I've used for the flower, but just so you can see where I'm going, it'd be easier to see it with this gold colour from the first kit.
Just to point out, there are so many in baskets. I think we're actually are we over allocated, Rob? Yeah, way, he says, over allocated. So some people are going to be told, unfortunately, that it has sold out. So please check out as soon as you can. I'm looking at a good, 30 actually still in baskets. Do check out as soon as you can.
Okay,
so oh, look at this.
What I've done is I've just formed it around. So what I've done is just pulled it around so that the 2 little circles that I've made, my 2 loops, are going to attach together, and you can start to see the rough flower shape that's there. So now taking your 0.25, I'm just going to attach both of these loops together. Okay, and you just need a couple of stitches, if you like, or wraps. I have to talk in wire work talk, don't I? Not stitches, they're wraps. So a few wraps around just to anchor this wire on. Now, like all the wire workers will always tell you, leave that little end of a tail of wire there, because you may need it for something to attach in or to make a little bit more structure. Now, it's a very simple weave of going over one, under the next, over, under, until you start to form it into a flower shape. Okay, so I'm going to go over the first petal, under the second petal, all the time just putting a little bit of tension on the wire, over the third, under, over, under, over, and as you can see now, it's starting to pull a little bit closer together.
Oh, do you know what, Fleur? You'll chuckle about this.
Why? What?
There's a bit of a divide between our customers right now.
Oh, is there?
Yeah.
Are they rubies or emeralds?
Yeah, exactly. We've got some people going ruby, some people
Teal
going
ruby.
emerald. It's the emerald for me too, Belinda.
You will love the ruby as well.
So Jackie and Tiny Way are saying, got mine, agree with Fleur, the rubies are for me too. Hey, listen, I love ruby, but it's just not as good as the emerald. Angelique, hi Eleanor, Fleur, Rob, Ryan and JM team. The Lady Luxury kit is gorgeous and the gemstones are lush. Yeah. I love that word.
Yeah.
Lush. What a price, JM. Can't wait to see what Fleur's designs. It's the emerald.
It's the ruby.
We are running out of time, sorry, so I'll stop interrupting you.
Okay, so all I've done now is I've just going around twice, you can see now how this is now formed into that flower shape, so it's not going anywhere now. So you can make as much of a design of this section here as you want. So what I would tend to do is come out a little bit further, so I could see that weaving in and out when I've got the gemstone in the middle. Now the other reason why you need an odd number rather than an even number is when you do an odd number, you'll get a covering on each petal twice. When you do an even number, you'll only cover 3 of the petals.
Okay.
So when you're going over and under, when you've got an even number, it only holds sort of like every other one in place.
Okay.
So I'll just go around one more time, so just keep going over, under. And you need a little bit of wire left over because this is how we're going to attach. This is how we're going to attach now our gemstone or attach it into the piece that we want to use it for. Now I know now that I don't need this little tail end of wire, so I can now trim that off because I've got my piece captured in place. So now we've got what looks like a very basic flower. Little daisy. Now what we're going to do is go in with our flat nose pliers. Okay, if I just leave it down on there, it might be easy for you to see. And it's very simple, but what you're going to do now is you're going to spread each one of these petals into a petal. So I'm going to put my flat nose pliers in and just open them up. So can you see how that's created a petal shape? I'm going to go around again to my next one and just open it up. And so all you're doing to start with is opening up a little bit just so you can start to see that flower design starting to come.
It's like a passion flower now.
Sorry.
That's all right. It looks like a passion flower.
And you know, you can make these, you know, you can open these petals as wide as you want or as narrow as you want. You can weave in and out of them because you've got all that beautiful 0.25 wire. And what you need to just remember is that you need to sort of like go in at the same sort of point all the way around. So don't do 1 point high up and then 1 point low down. And then you can go back in again. Now I'm going to spread these out a little bit further so it starts to fill up the gap. And you take a lot more time at home to make sure all your little diamond shapes, if you like, are at the same level.
But then again, Mother Nature isn't always...
No. There's nothing
exact.
Nothing's exact. And now you can see, if we have a look now, so I've now got like a lot of triangles, diamond shapes as my flower now. Now what I'm going to do now is just go around on the ends and shape them into like a little petal. So it's going to be more like a Hawaiian flower now.
Ooh, I like it.
So all you're doing, you want to shape the ends. You can leave them rounded like this or as a point. You can go in there and make a real point if you like by pulling. So if I went in there now and pulled there, I'd make it into more of a point. What I like to do is go in onto one side, and you're going to choose the same side from each petal. Just go in with your pliers and just give it a little kink.
Yeah, that's nice.
So you can just go around
feature.
Now. So just more like a stylised flower, if you like.
Yeah.
And just go around on each side, just making that little inwards, like kink, if you like, in the wire. And there you've got your beautiful flower.
Isn't it
what
amazing?
You can now do, now you've got this little hole in the middle, what I've just had a little thought of is if I take my Mobius ring from earlier, now this has got too many in, but if I sat my Mobius flower on top of there, and then you could wire that in place, so maybe I would take quite a few of those out. So if you did have these beautiful jump rings, what you could do is do like a 6-ringed Mobius,
yeah,
so I wouldn't have
fab.
as many of this, and then wire that in place, because that's what you've got this little tail end of wire for.
For those of you that have just tuned in, we've just brought the graphics back in. It's a brand new jump ring set, a matrix collection where you've got 160 16mm jump rings. in the 4 different colours. Never seen them before. They're gorgeous, aren't they?
They are amazing.
Perfect
So-
for your Mobius rings, by the way.
So
Perfect.
I mean, I've used the ruby, which is the best strand, in the flower that I've done. Now all I've done, all I've done when I've created 3, all I've done is created 3 different sizes. I don't know if you can see it very well there. And then all I've done is I've just shaped them up a little bit. So I've just made the first layer a little bit more shaped. All I've done is literally get them and just give them a little pinch up with that beautiful ruby
Love
in the middle.
it.
And then using all those little ends of wire, thread them all through. So if I just turn it to the back, and this is a little bit messy because I literally did it in about 5 minutes. And all you're going to do is just wire them round at the back just to secure them all in place.
It's gorgeous. It's like a corsage.
It is.
It's like a lovely
Imagine
corsage. Yeah, love it, love it, love it. Thank you, Fleur.
That's okay.
Thank you. Emeralds are the best. $29.95 for the jump rings, brand new. So see, a little treat for Fleur coming in this morning. We've got so much to bring in. I'm really excited. Please check out those baskets on this. It is time for that stunning Kesy launch, brand new strand. I love them. If you like texture, if you're a tactile person, you know, for example, I'm slightly stepping off the beaten track for a minute, but there's a reason for it. I don't do a whole lot of online shopping, as in for clothes and things like that, because I actually like to feel the fabric, and I think how it feels is as important as how it actually looks. If you are of like-minded, if you're similar to myself and Fleur, and you like something which you can actually touch and feel, then this is going to really appeal to me. Just you'd have to take our word for it. Get it home, use those 30 days, because these are really exciting. Kesy pearls. It's all about the texture. It's all about the obscurities that come. I've never seen Kesy pearls quite like this as well, though, because they are very, very, very delicate, aren't they? They're not quite. Sometimes they can be quite thick in their width. These have got a really feather-like detail, so very, very, very dainty. It's your launch, and it's a star buy, and it's up next. Emeralds are better.
Ruby.
Okay, welcome everybody. I'm really, really excited about this, and I'm just looking at my sort of sheets, and in preparation for the show, I just need to sort of. Okay, we've only got 100 of these. Is that right? Okay. I thought we would have had a bigger quantity. Have you ever noticed that our Kesy pearls, in particular Kesy pearls, they arrive in and they disappear out, and they do tend to be very, very elusive. They're not on your screens every single day. Yeah, those of you that tune into Jewellery Maker on a regular basis, like myself, like Fleur, you don't see Kesy pearls every single day. I'm going to put myself out on a limb here and say I don't think you've ever seen Kesy pearls like these. Because I haven't. Have you, Fleur?
Never.
I've never seen
like
Kesy pearls like them.
No.
Do you know, the best way of describing them is exactly the way that Rob did this morning to me. They are like tiny flakes of gemstones. So imagine, if you like, those of you that might have, I don't know, some gold leaf or something like that, where they kind of curl on the edges, you've got that real texture to it, the luster across the surface, a play of colour from the pearlescent. That's the best way of describing it. They're like tiny, tiny flakes of rare, precious Mother Nature's incredible treasures. I'm so excited. 100, and the graphics are on your screen right now. Our call centre are expecting to be inundated with this opportunity. They're so unique. There's nothing like it. I mean, if you go onto our own website, I know you're not going to see any Kesy pearls like this. I think you'd be really, really struggling to find outside of these 4 walls anything anywhere near like it. Because in all of my years and experience, I've never seen. This is the first Kesy pearl strand quite like it. They're big, they're sizable, but they're lovely and narrow. They're a real delicate Kesy, aren't they? I absolutely love them. 100 is not going to be enough. It's not going to be enough. Fascinating, and I couldn't even begin to count these. I'd probably say there are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of them.
Can I make a plea?
Can you make a plea? Go for it, Fleur.
Alison Tarry, if you're watching still, and you love the ruby as much as I do, can you please buy me a strand of this, and I'll message you later. Thank you.
So you've that was underhand. That was cunning. That was cunning. So what you're saying? You want these Kesy pearls to go along with your ruby?
Yes.
Yeah, I think yeah, totally. They'd look amazing with your ruby. See that? I was a bigger person there.
Yeah.
10 by 1.5. You can see they're a beautiful, beautiful narrow gauge. Can I just show you this? It's kind of like a mollusk, like an oyster shell itself. I'm just showing you a couple, but look at those curves. Lovely flake-like details. These are stunning. I've never seen anything like it before. And you can feel the texture. You can hear the texture. What's that? How many? Half the stock's gone. Half the stock is gone. Can I just hold this up to my microphone for a second? Just because I want you to hear it as well. Listen. Can you hear that? Yeah? It's just fascinating. I'm quite a tactile person, and gosh, there's loads of you there. I can see you all on my call screen. Loads you need to check out. There are 100 precisely available. There's sheens and shimmers of silvers. There's beautiful peach hues, golden colours. You've got the pearlescent in its abundance. We talk about how biwa pearls, Kesy pearls, your baroque pearls, because they have got those really obscure, wonderful formations. They almost enhance the pearlescence across the surface of them. I've never seen them before. I'm really, really excited by these. Great way of creating texture. I'm going to say, I don't think there's hundreds. I think there's probably, how many do you think? I don't know. I can't guess. I literally can't guess. Well, if you think probably in a centimetre, there is at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, 1.5 mil.
A lot.
A lot. They're stunning, aren't they?
Yeah, they're just beautiful.
Michelle in County Durham, they look so delicate. Would be beautiful in tiara. Oh, yes, they would. In hair vines.
Yeah. You could sit them like a button, so you'd have the whole of that pearlescence on the what you can't see at the minute, you know, because you're going to see them from the end on. You'd see the whole middle of the pearlescence.
And if you use your silks or you use your Eslon, like I said, use a finer gauge so that it's almost going to look completely, like, you know, you've got the drill hole through the centre, but they are a nice size, so they're actually not going to diminish the beauty of them. Text in. I'd like to know what you think about these, just because there's something completely different and something we've never ever seen before. I think that's a great idea, though. Yeah, the Michelle, was it Michelle that said that there with hair vines? Angelica's just said how unusual the Kesy strand is. I would separate each one with amethyst rondelles for earrings. Stunning. They would. Just one. You only need one.
Yeah, you would. And only because I love turquoise, the turquoise in between each one, because you've got those wheels of turquoise as well, would sit so beautifully in between each one, and again show those colours. Because I can see at the minute lilacs and silvers.
Yeah, all different colours, and that's the beauty of you know, a Kesy pearl which has got this much texture. Very mermaidial, yes it is.
And
it is.
I think it really shows the quality of a strand. I'm quite away from L, and so that's a showstopper. When you walk into a room with that on, people would see it straight away and really.
Oh my gosh, it's going to grab your attention straight away. What you don't know is, like, when I was off camera, just briefly, Martha came in, she went straight, she made a beeline. You didn't know this, but she came in just when you were doing your demonstration. I don't know if you had actually noticed it. Beeline, Kesy pearls and the blue lace agate. Stunning. Helen in West Midlands actually saying, got them, and I'm going to make something for my soon-to-become goddaughter for her baptism in June. Oh, how lovely. Jacqueline in Lancashire. Hi all, these are beautiful. It looks like a gorgeous ruffle. Oh, it does. Yes.
Yeah,
it does, like all silks and everything.
Yeah.
I love your ideas. Keep those text messages coming in. There's the price point, $29.95. I mean, you have got hundreds crammed onto this strand. You can see it could have been half the length, couldn't it? It could have been, but it's not. And I'll measure it for you so you know exactly, well, I should say approximately the length of the strand itself. It's long. It's not, you know, we're not talking about one of the smaller, maybe 18 centimetre strands. This is 38 centimetres centimetres of Kesys. So how many do you reckon? I'm just going to take the end and maybe measure a centimetre. How many have I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got 5 on a centimetre there, and I'll show you what I've just counted. That's just shy of 200 on that mass. I'm being approximate. Aren't they lovely? They're stunning, aren't they? They're like little mollusk shells.
Just those 5 on an earring, they'd look beautiful. I mean, you could go with any of your rondelles that you've. I'll even say the emerald from the kit.
Yeah.
The emerald from the kit would look beautiful.
Yeah, it really would.
One.
Victorian Hertfordshire with those snake spacers, so modern. Oh yes, it would. Jennifer in Devon said, brought for my brother's Caribbean wedding. Oh, Caribbean wedding in August. That would be incredible. Oh, I'm just thinking, if you multi-bought, are you going to do a tiara as well? A fascinator-like thing with, on the beach? And
a Larimar.
Oh, and a Larimar. My brother got married in the Caribbean, by the way. I wonder where you're going. My brother got married in the Bahamas. It was beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Look at this. Oh, I mean, this is very simple. I've hold up to the neckline in a very simple design, but you could make some fabulous floral bib pieces, maybe sew this onto some backing felt, some lace.
Yeah. You could wire wrap, if you did one of the little flowers, you could, if you did a bigger flower, you could wire wrap one in between each one and have a real Hawaiian kind of flower.
Oh, I'm so delighted for you. You do need to check out though as soon as you possibly can, because we've got so many in baskets and I'm looking at lots of you choosing to multi-buy. I've never brought you Kesy pearls like it, never. Jennifer's going to the Dominican Republic. Are you? So you definitely need Larimar. You definitely need Larimar with these, Jennifer. That would be fab. Absolutely fabulous. I've not been to the Dominican Republic. I do want to go there though. Do want to go there. I love the Caribbean. I absolutely adore the Caribbean. Amazing jewellery over there, by the way, so you'll get lots of inspiration. Now, do you know what else look incredible? I tell you what, Larimar is not a gemstone that you get every single day, but neither's this. But here's a gemstone which has got similarities. Brand new blue lace agate. Now, we listen to our wonderful... Look at the blues coming through on the pearls then. Look how this has almost gone a really enhanced silvery colour and bluish. Oh, I love it. These two are my... For me, they're the superstars of the morning show. I love both of these. Now, we do listen to our wonderful jewellery makers, and we have been inundated over not just a short period of time. We've been asked and asked and asked and asked and asked, please bring more blue lace agate. The reason for that is because it is arguably the most sought after of the agates, because of its delicacy, because of its wonderful beauty. And I'm not going to talk about the Pantone, I'm not going to talk about sort of the 2016 colours. That aside, that will make a big difference on the price point. It is more of a considered gemstone. Now, when are we doing this, Rob? 11:30. I just think these two would be amazing next to one another. I've got the remaining quantity of the Kesy pearls. These are 12mm, the largest blue lace agate that I've ever brought you. It's one of my favourite strands that we do here at Jewellery Maker, just because it reminds me of Chantilly lace. I've said that previously before. I just think it's very elegant. It reminds me of a sort of Victorian lady, you know, with the lace umbrella, etc. Absolutely stunning and totally natural, by the way, not dyed at all. Now, some of you are going to be missing out. I'm awfully sorry about that. Please do check out those baskets. Well done. You know what? When you get this home, you'll really see that it's massively different to any Kesy pearl opportunity that we've brought you before. Stunning, and I'm envious, to be honest. I think it's going to sell out. Well done, well done. Thank you once again to Fleur for her designer inspiration, but there's more after this.
We are live every day from 8 AM to 9 PM. So come and join in and get creating with Jewellery Maker. Are you new to jewellery making? Not sure where to start? Not sure what materials you'll need? Then tune in to Jewellery Maker between 7 PM and 9 PM throughout January for our Get Started show. We'll guide you through how to get started with step-by-step tutorials. Our talented designers will give you advice, inspiration, and introduce you to new mediums. Start off the new year with a new hobby.
We here at Jewellery Maker love to hear your feedback. So working in conjunction with FIFO, a global ratings and reviews provider, when you purchase a product from JM, you will receive an email asking you to rate our service and our products. This helps us to bring you excellent customer service and ensure we're bringing you value for money and high quality goods. Have your say with Jewellery Maker FIFO reviews.
I think Labradorite, when you think about it, is as beautiful as a diamond because it gives you, for me, more amazement than a diamond. You look at it and it does something really unexpected, like a lightning bolt.
Labradorite is one of those gemstones from Jewellery Maker that is always going to be a top seller. The Labradorite that you get from Jewellery Maker has got extreme amounts of labradorescence. The colour saturation is just superb, and that's really indicative of the quality that we can get for you here at Jewellery Maker. It seems to reflect your moods as well. Whatever kind of mood you're in, whatever you put it with, it seems to bring out those gorgeous colours, so it really is a true chameleon gemstone.
Get interactive with Jewellery Maker by liking our Facebook page and join over 55,000 like-minded people.
There are many inaccuracies surrounding the discovery of tanzanite. John Saul, the first geologist on the scene, and the family of Manuel de Souza, tanzanite's discoverer, have shown us this footage taken soon after the discovery and told us the story so that we can share it with you. Manuel de Souza was an Indian tailor who travelled the world prospecting for gold and gemstones. In the summer of 1967, Manuel was living in Arusha in northern Tanzania and selected an area to explore one weekend. He hired a driver and set off. However, the roads were so bad that his driver refused to continue any further than the village of Mutakuja. Manuel and his equipment were dropped off, so Manuel decided to explore that area instead. At around noon on July the 7th, 1967, Manuel de Souza, in the shadow of Mount Kilimanjaro, was suddenly captivated by a transparent blue stone sitting on the ground, glinting in the Tanzanian sun. And so, the legend was born.
Welcome back, everyone. How are you? Nice to have your company this morning, and massive congratulations on your Kesy pearls. I love it when, do you know what really floats my boat? Emeralds. Emeralds.
Ruby.
No, they do, and rubies do, and as well. Let's see.
She's not mentioned it the whole break, and then she waited so she can get it in first.
No, what really floats my boat is when we can bring you something that we don't see. We simply don't see, and that was really exciting. Similarly, in fact identically, I don't know if ever will bring you blue lace agate of this size again. They are the biggest that I've ever seen, and they are totally and utterly natural. Blue lace agate, 12mm plain rounds. We're talking about, in my opinion, and it is only my humble opinion, and it's very difficult because agate is a very broad gemstone. It comes in so many different looks. But arguably the most considered in terms of price point would be your blue lace agate. That's probably why it is so scarcely seen, especially when it is totally and utterly natural, especially when it is this size. Coming up in about 25 minutes time, so not long to wait for this. Brand new premiere, love it. Think it's going to sell out. In fact, I know it's going to sell out. We've got 100, again, 100. You had 100 of your Kesy pearls, you've got 100 of these. So do stay where we are. They're stunning, aren't they? Absolutely absolutely glorious. But I've got more opportunities. Should I bring you some bundles? Should I bring you some fast-pacey opportunities? I think we should. Oh, how about some rainbow moonstone to go along with those Kesy pearls? They'd be fab, wouldn't they? All of these gorgeous gemstones, carat weights here. They're all double strands. How many? 4 in total. This Phenomena gemstone brings you those wonderful moonlight shimmers. What we call adolescence within every single one of these gorgeous gemstones. Totally and utterly natural moonstone. 1,140 carats in total. Don't you think these would be fab with the Kesy pearls?
Yeah, definitely. Beautiful those.
Again, it's that texture that we were referring to, isn't it?
I just love wearing those as really long necklaces.
And me.
Yeah,
especially
over the head.
Over the head, yeah, absolutely. You haven't got to worry about clasps or anything like that. I mean, especially if you're going on holiday. Oh, who was off to the Dominican? Jennifer? Jennifer, you need to be buying these and layering it up with your maxi dresses. Or, you know, when you're by the pool or the beach with your cocktail. I'm really jealous right now. Really jealous. You need to have these around you with your bikini and your swimsuit.
Yeah. And a very large hat.
And a big floppy hat, just like this.
Yeah.
Genuine gemstones. Not £11. We're going to bring it to you at £7.95. See what I mean? That's a price point for genuine gemstones that we can afford to wear at the poolside.
How many are there?
There's 4 double strands of moonstone here.
Wow.
Jennifer, I'm just thinking of you now, lovely. I'm just thinking of you. You need to be or anybody that's going on holiday. I'm really jealous this summer because I shan't be flying anywhere. But layering up all these gorgeous textured gemstones, like I said, it's also holding on to a little bit of modesty, shall we say?
Yeah, no. And it's sometimes as well when you are on holiday, I mean, if you're anything like me, you take a capsule wardrobe.
Yes.
So you may sort of like take just a couple of t-shirts that you can interchange with different tops or bottoms. That have gemstones will make it look completely different.
I bet you are a really organised packer, aren't you?
I am going. I'm chaotic coming back.
Do you start packing well in advance?
I try to, yeah, because I've got 3 children to pack for as well and a husband.
How many jewellery makers start packing well in advance? Because I am the night before. Always the night before, and I always end up packing way too much. Always.
I organise my jewellery before I organise.
Now I do that.
Yeah,
I do that, but my wardrobe, and I don't plan outfits either. But yeah, gemstones I absolutely do. Am I over allocated? Need to move on. Sorry, I totally digressed. Then, Rob, you're gonna have to, you're having to have me on a short leash today, aren't you? Because I tell you what. Ooh. It's a findings pack. All of these. Thank you, Amelia. You've laid them out beautifully. And you've brought tea. She's a good one. She's a good one. There she is. You are a good egg. Isn't that a great saying, that? You're a good egg. You're a good egg. I call Tom my double yoker. I know. He is. He's my double yoker. Because he's beyond good. You've got 45 pieces of solid sterling silver here in your 925. Beautiful precious metal. This includes your round head pins, your heart link chain, which I'll hold up for you as well, your toggle clasps, your shepherd hooks, your bolt rings, your crimps, your lobster claw, and your crimp covers. £9.95? I thought these were meant to be like £15 up minimum. Not today, Rob says. Not today. Isn't this gorgeous? Lovely romantic in time for Valentine's Day. Our Kim was saying that she'd really appreciate, more than anything purchased, she'd really appreciate if a piece of jewellery, if Phil actually made an item of jewellery for her. Yeah? She said she'd appreciate it way more. Oh, well, it's the thought, isn't it, that goes into it. And £9.95. You'd have loads left over, loads and loads and loads left over. It is romantic. What, have you got a nickname for your hubby?
He's my angel. So I just call him my angel. Yeah.
Aww. See? Have you got a nickname, Rob, from your girlfriend? No. Think of one. Make one up. Ryan? Oh, not that you can say what it says. Yeah, Tom's my double yoke, a beautiful romance in this piece. I love it. I love that heart link chain, and £9.95 is incredible price reduction. Shall I bring you some E6000 glue? Now, this also comes with, oh, I've never seen these before. They're the precision nozzles. So I'm going to lean on our lovely Fleur. E6000, it says jewellery and bead. It's industrial strength adhesive. Hang on, it does actually say here on the back, let me just see. Maximum bond may be reached for up to 72 hours rather. So hang on, what's this for, your E6000 specifically?
This is for if you're working with cords and the end caps.
Yes.
So you're doing your kumihimo or your ribbon cord ends and you want a little bit of, because obviously your end caps and your kumihimo need to be glued on with some sort of glue. This is perfect because whereas before we always used to go to the hypo cement with a precision nozzle so that we didn't get glue everywhere, because I'm a bit of a
messy.
Yeah, I get
messy glue
everywhere. So with the precision nozzles now, these are brilliant because you can get that glue where you need it. So you're going to need it for your macrame on your very last knot. So if you've not got a thread zapper, or you're working with a medium that won't melt with your thread zapper, you need a glue just to glue that last little bit of knot in place so it doesn't come unravelled. You need it for your leather work, so if you're into your leathers, you want to glue leather onto, say, one of the cuffs, something like that, this is perfect for that. It's great for all your stretchy bracelets because you need a tiny bit of glue. I prefer glue to clear nail varnish just because I know that it's absolutely, the bond
secure,
is brilliant.
Yeah, absolutely.
When you're using elastics, if you use things like glues that are super or something like that, it can rot the elastic. This, because it's like a silicone-based glue.
It's for jewellery, isn't it?
It is for jewellery, so it goes with all of your mediums. If you want to make even down to when you want to make a little needle on your Eslon to thread your pearls onto, use a little dab of this and it creates a needle.
And so stops it fraying.
It stops it
Top
fraying.
tip.
So it's fabulous. It's great stuff, and every jewellery maker needs it because you will need it.
We are talking about professional glue here for jewellery making, and we're also talking about the largest tube, £5.95. Including the actual nozzles that I've never sold before. I've never brought these to air previously before. They're fantastic, aren't they?
I've never seen one that size as well. You know, the
and
actual
getting
E6000.
No, it's a big tube, isn't it, of it?
Very
and again, you've got the precision nodules there, or nozzles, whichever one you want to call it, which will really get into those bead caps, which is fantastic. I've never seen it with the E6000. With the hypo cement, I have, but not with the E6000. So again, you can use it for so much, including like your fabrics, your leather, your metals, and it's one of those, once you actually have it, you'll realise just how versatile it is. But this is probably one of the strongest glues out there.
Yes, it is. So if you wanted to, say, pop a cabochon onto some backing fabric because you don't want to wire wrap it, you want to stitch some beads around, E6000 is the best for that.
So your soutache and things like that.
Yeah, so your soutache, or even if you just want to back it onto something, or glue it, even down to fixing your shoes and your handbag, things like that.
That's a really good point.
You need this kind of glue. The hypo cement's very good. This is ultra strong, and it's got more of a flexible. Sort of like when it's finished, it's more flexible because it has got that silicone base to it. Yeah. It's not going to go rock solid. It's fabulous.
I know what you mean. So many of you there, and lots of you choose it saying, you know what, I'll get 2 of these at that price tag. It's the larger tube, as you can see, 29.5 millilitre, and you do get those 4 nozzles as well. We're over allocated, lots of you with me, and with this in your basket. So please check out. Some of you unfortunately will miss out. So well done to those of you that got that. Incredible. Moving on. Should we bring you some Ethiopian opal? I haven't seen that in a while. Are you kidding me? This is going to be affordable. Do you know the main seam? There's rumours that it's no longer in production. The main seam. Are you serious? This is going to be... when you say affordable, what do you mean? How much play of colour? Can you see the play of colour from there, Fleur?
Yeah, I can see some oranges and some reds. And
some pinks. Lots of reds. Wait till you see it in my hands. Now, the reason why I'm sheltering it, some of you already know this, is because there's so much light here in the studio, it actually doesn't do opals any favour, and it's not actually a true vision, I suppose, of what the opal quality that you're going to get. So I just shelter it somewhat from the lights behind me, and this is what you'll experience when you get it home. 28 carats of amazing quality, beautiful Ethiopian opal. What I love about this is it's a strand which is kind of in between Australian opal and Ethiopian opal, because Ethiopian opal has got kind of like a transparency, I suppose, but this is kind of bordering on Cuba PD with its sort of milky body colour. This is amazing, absolutely stunning, beautiful, 18 centimetres. And Rob is saying, Elle, this is going to be a very affordable Ethiopian opal strand, bearing in mind that the main seam is rumoured to no longer be in production right now. $29.95. Wow, let me hold it on a black background. Stunning play of colour. This could be, what, 3 times that price tag? Wow, 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 wow. That's what I should have done, just blocked it from the colours behind me. So you've got colour in front. Everything that you're looking at right now is still being influenced with, sorry, I say colour? Light. Light in front. We're normally looking at sort of at least $69.95 here at Jewellery Maker for this incredible quality. And to be honest, outside of these 4 walls, you see Ethiopian opal at 4 figures and then some. And what I love about it, and it's funny how different scenarios and things stick in your memory. I can remember walking down Stratford-upon-Avon High Street last summer with Tom, and we'd gone for a sort of picnic by the river, basically. And there was a lady, clearly affluent, you could tell by the way she was dressed and her jewellery, but was wearing a stunning Ethiopian opal, and it was absolutely showing off in the sun. And I've got that image in my head, and I didn't know this woman at all. I stopped and complimented her on her Ethiopian opal, but I didn't know her at all. I just said, I love your opal, Ethiopian, stunning. You just had a conversation about it. Violet Hillary, hello to you. We've got Holland with us, hello to you over in Holland. Patricia, Sandra, Anna, Shirley, Carol, congratulations. Stay where you are on those phone lines. Usually 3-4 times that price tag. Incredible. Well done. Well done, well done. Moving on, because I want to try and bring you some as much as possible. Did you say? Oh, rose quartz. Now, rose quartz, you don't want a wishy-washy white. You want it to be baby pink. This is definitely baby pink. This is gorgeous colour. Amazing baby pinks. That's what a rose quartz should be. Not pale, not insipid, not white, with maybe a hint. It wants to be that pretty, feminine, dainty baby pink. Totally and utterly natural, not enhanced in any way, shape or form. You're getting all 3 strands of your pastel Pantone, and this, like I say, 90 carats on each of those. A very beautiful, simple shape in your ovals. I'd just restrand this, wear it in a stretchy bracelet like what you've got, Fleur. Yeah,
I definitely would, but I would be putting it with the blue lace agate as well.
Oh, great minds think alike. Can you imagine this as a centerpiece of any craft fair or something, or imagine this on maybe, I don't know, on your social media, on your page, your cover photo. I mean, you would, wouldn't you? This is I want to take a picture of this on my actual phone, and I haven't had a chance to as of yet, because obviously I was prepping for the show. Really, and zone in really close to these fantastic formations. Currently on my presenter page, I've got emeralds, which I love. I'm a real emerald girl. But look at these gorgeous patterns here. Just home in, I suppose, on those wonderful waves. Coming up in 10 minutes, but it goes hand in hand with this parcel, with this. Bundle as well. I'm saying parcel because it looks like it is from one parcel because of the quality and how consistent it is. Should be £17. Are you serious? Rob, you said this is going to be more expensive. £11.95 for natural rose quartz of this colour. It's not wishy-washy or pale or insipid, is it, in any way, shape or form? It is that very beautiful ballerina pink, all the way from Brazil. You've got 270 carats in total. It's just glorious. Clarity here, the perfect amount of translucency as well, I suppose, and that very powder blue. I think that's the best way of describing that baby pink, is a powder blue. For those of you that are thinking, oh, it's too girly for me, way too girly for me, mix a bit of black agate in there. Totally rocks it up, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Totally takes it to a sort of rock chicky look.
It's a stone of best friends as well, isn't it?
Yes.
So that's a really nice, you know, just to make a pair of earrings for your best friend or a stretchy bracelet for your best friend.
Yeah, love it. I mean, I know we're leaning towards a sort of Valentine's Day. It's not too far away. We're seeing cards everywhere now. I think it's really nice to, you know, your best friend or your, like say, your mum or your sister, and yeah, it is a friendship signal, I suppose. This gemstone, it indicates that. So what a lovely gift, just a wish bracelet or something like that. Well done. Moving on. Oh, I've not seen this shape before. These aren't cubes, they're like pillars. Oh, tubes. Tubes. I see what you mean. These are a lovely shape. With your labradescence all the way across. Look at the uniqueness of cut. You can really create structure with these. You've got rondelles. So I know you've seen rondelles. Not often do you see labradite actually of this size in rondelles. Tend to be more of your pears or your slabs or your cabochons. But look at these for great ways of accenting that gemstone. And you were talking about soutache or something like that. You could really create a very geometric design.
Yeah, ladder weaves and right-angled weaves. So everybody that's into their bead weaving, the ladder weave would look great with those as the struts along, and then you've got your rondelles for the side sections as well.
They would look amazing, you're right, because they're columns, or rather they're tubes, but they have got as well... let me hold one of them out, the best way to describe it. Can you see they've actually got flat... Sorry for looking at the top of my head, I just wanted to show you those flat columns, can you see that? And those flat edges, facets, actually really show off the labradescence. They'd sit so lovely next to one another. And again, bring that rondelle in as well. They look amazing, don't they? Very unique, this bundle. Should be £15.90. Labradorite, yes it is, a delight. Loads of people texting in about the blue lace agate. It is coming up in less than 10 minutes time, so please do stay with us. £8.95, and again, speaking of blue lace agate, this would look fantastic with that too, wouldn't it? I don't think you need it especially. This would I'd be keeping alongside my labradorite. Maybe you got the labradorite stand earlier on, maybe you got the London blue topaz earlier on, because that would be an exciting combination, wouldn't it? Really enhance the blues of the labradorite. Stunning. What about you, Fleur? What would you do with this bundle?
The big labradorite pears, definitely, to make it almost like a soutache design. But the Kesy pearls.
Yes.
Yeah. But definitely with the chainmail as well, with the jump rings. If you took a few of those jump rings and just added them on as a flat jump ring, a flat feature onto a bracelet.
That's a really nice idea.
Just really, really simple, but they look really nice. Or, I know we've just done a Mobius, so a Mobius and then with these going off, and then you can weave the rondelles in and out of the Mobius.
It's a really nice idea, that, yeah, because you don't see labradorite of this size, you know, they do tend to be the bigger. And in actual fact, I don't know if it was labradorite specifically the excuse me, one of our jewellery makers was talking about, but I saw on our Facebook page, why is it always the big sizes? Somebody was asking the questions. Not everybody wants the big sizes of cabochons, and I was like, duly noted, totally understand. I like big sizes, so, but I was like, yeah, so it's a really good point. So it's exciting that I can bring you labradorite in the slightly delicate, more sort of accenting details.
Yeah.
Well done. Stay where you are. Moving on to... So can I just have a raise of hands? Who loves emerald? Lauren's got a hand up too? Yep. Oh, okay, so...
I love ruby more, but I love emerald.
I love emerald. Look at this bundle. This is gorgeous. You've got Russian chrome dioxide. You've bundled Russian chrome dioxide with emerald, more to the point. I mean, this is... I love your green gemstones. For me, if I could, if in any one order, get green onyx, chrome dioxide, emerald, oh, then I'm a happy, happy girl.
I've got 2 beautiful chrome dioxide rings. It's a beautiful colour.
Look at the quality. Let me separate that for a second of both of these strands. This is natural emerald, so it's not enhanced in any way, shape or form. And of course, chrome dioxide, totally untreated. You can see the refraction, so expect brilliance. Expect there to be amazing, amazing play of light internally. But usually, and I was talking about it only yesterday, usually when you've got the bigger sizes like this, they tend to get so dark that, you know, sometimes like a bottle green, maybe sort of, I don't know, a beer or a beer bottle or something like that, when it's actually got something in it, it goes to almost unrecognizable green color. This gorgeous gemstone, it has the ability to do that when they're the larger sizes, and that's not what you want. You always want it to have that wonderful vivacity and energy. This bundle should be incredibly £34.90. It's a double strand of natural Brazilian emerald, Russian dioxide, which is the location to buy your Russian dioxide from. £24.95. Absolutely incredible. I'm so delighted for you, and again, I would pay that for the dioxide separately. I'd pay it for the emerald individually as well. You have got, I mean, I love the fact that Rob has been bold enough to actually put these together, and do you know why? Very few producers would do that, I think, Rob. I think that's a really brave and smart move by you. Because, you know, they say that an emerald aspires to be like a chrome dioxide. I don't agree with that at all. I don't agree with that at all, because I personally think an emerald shines on its own. A chrome dioxide looks completely different. It's much, much, much more highly refractive than an emerald is. But because Rob knows the quality of our emerald and the quality of our chrome dioxide, he's not afraid to put them like this, side by side on the back of my hand, before your very eyes, under magnification on your screens right now, and be absolutely confident that you'll be delighted with both purchases, especially at £24.95. Well done, well done, well done. I've got to move on because it is time for your amazing blue lace agate. Now, if I was restricted to 2 purchases, and I'm just speaking personally, but if I was restricted to 2 purchases today, it would be the Kesy pearls and it would be the blue lace agate, in my opinion, just because it's just feminine. I talk about pastel tones, it's beautiful. We've been inundated with requests from our jewellery makers, so much so that we're actually bringing it in a few minutes early. Okay, anybody that's in the kitchen and was waiting for the blue lace agate, now's the time to come back through, or maybe wherever. If you've been distracted, now's the time to sort of, okay, I need to react. You know the number, 0800 644 655. Web it is, I cannot stress, it's going to be a case of in your basket, check out, because whilst there's 100, I've never brought you natural blue lace agate of this size previously before, and it's stunning. It's the perfect baby blue. This gorgeous gemstone is arguably the most considered of the agate gemstone, and it's understandable why, just because it is gloriously feminine. Now, you know what? I'm not going to talk about the gemstone too much. I'm not going to actually talk about its formation, etc. You know, the fact that it's a trigonal crystal structure to me is irrelevant. It might be to some people, and forgive me if it is, but I'm going to leave that maybe for you to do your own research on. The fact that this gemstone is a member of the quartz family, we know that. For a moment, I want us to just think about the blue lace part of this opportunity, because agate is so broad. There are so many different variations, so many different colours, and we, because it's a member of the quartz, we kind of incorrectly think that it is an abundant gemstone. This is probably one of the scarcest, if not the scarcely seen, and without doubt one of the most considered. But to have it natural, where it's not been dyed, which is very definitely usual for blue lace agate, is exceedingly exciting. This is a gemstone which, if you believe in the myth and legends, has really got a lot of sentiment behind it. It's a very calming and soothing gemstone. It's said to balance your mind. It's meant to be great for communication, for example. And you can understand that when you actually look at it, because straight away it kind of just puts you into a state of relaxation. So if you are particularly frantic, maybe you've got a lot going on right now, or you're particularly, I don't know, hyperactive or energetic, and sometimes you find it difficult to switch off. I'm not saying this is true, but myth and legends believe that this gemstone has got a soothing property behind it. 12mm plain rounds. We've got 100 in the world. Graphics are on. Now, we have had so many requests for this. When are you doing the blue lace agate? Let me know, because I want to get involved. This is natural. Don't see it. 12mm, 370 carats. The fact that Fleur, myself, Rob, all the crew, Martha actually came from the offices. You didn't see it because she was actually off camera, made a beeline for this very strand, went, oh my gosh, that's incredible. Because we've never seen it previously before. Agate, which, like I said, it's a gemstone which has got loads of different variations, but the beauty of blue lace agate and those stunning delicate bands, those lovely wavy patterns, the balancing properties of it, the beauty, it's like lace, and that's why I always say Chantilly lace. I don't know why, and there's no other gemstone that I use that description with. I can just imagine, and I don't know, is it Victorian era? You're really good with your history, Fleur, where you see those ladies that have got maybe this sort of powder blue, and the lace, and the lace brolly to keep the sun off them.
Yeah, the crinoline dresses.
That's
and the Victorian dresses.
It reminds me of that.
It does, like a big bustle of beautiful lace. It is. It's beautiful. It reminds me of a gorgeous. Do you know, on a summer's day when you look in the sky and there's just a few wispy clouds around?
Oh,
it just looks like that.
And you can start seeing patterns and everything in the absolutely. Oh, those days will come, believe me. Yeah, look at that. We are so magnified right now because we wanted to show you the quality. There are no big black marks within each of these beautiful rounds. It is all about that consistency of that powder blue. And believe me, many lace agates, blue lace agates, would have quite dark inclusions within, but I'm looking across the entirety of the strand, and every single break when we've been off air, I've had this in my hands and I've been scrutinising it, and just the consistency and the quality, it's absolutely flawless. A huge star by straight away. We've got lots of you there. Massive congratulations to you, Arthur, Helen, Fiona. Hello to you, Valerie, Belinda, Northumberland, Hilary D, Alison, Jane. Hello to you. Gosh, got loads of you just came in all at once then, and the screen jumped down. Anna, Leslie, East Sussex, London, another London, Lanarkshire. I'm gonna have to. How many have we got? 100 exactly. That's the entire parcel, right? That's nothing else is reserved for another occasion. How are we doing on stock levels now, though? Over 50% of the stock has gone. Telephone bidders, be on those phone lines. Our graphics have got a little bit of a delay on them, so bear with us. Be on those phone lines, even if you don't want to press your option 1 as of yet. But do your research when you get a chance, not right now. See the price that blue lace agate can actually command, and if you are able to find this gorgeous size, make sure you sort of say, okay, well, are they natural or are they dyed? Which is fine if they are, but the rarity is hugely maximised when you have got quality and consistency of colour like this, and it not actually be submerged in a dye to get that delicate blue. Diane, Claire, Janine, Jan, Glamorga, Alison, Linda, Sarah, Carol, Yorkshire, hello to you, Yulia, Jenny, Wiltshire, Jill, hello to you, Suffolk, Francis, Kath, William, Ada, Catherine, Carol. I need to bring that price in. We had 100. Wow. If there are 2 purchases that I want to buy most today, it would be the blue lace agate that I have before me right now, and it would certainly be the Kesy pearls that we had earlier. We've been absolutely spoilt. Fleur, what would you do with these because of the beauty of the gemstones?
I would. have a strand of as pure white pearls as I could, and I'd have one of these just in the centre.
Oh.
So I'd have a pure white strand, all knotted in between with
So the
this
agate
powder
would be
blue.
the feature?
Yeah, the agate in the centre would be the feature. I'd also just have one on a chain, just on a head pin with a simple wrap loop. I mean, if you're a wire worker, you could do a beautiful wire work cage to go around the outside to showcase it a little bit more, almost like, just because they've got rings, do you like satin with the rings around
Yeah,
it? You could do some sort of like a wire setting to pop that in. But I would just love to have, I mean, for me, it's got to be a stretchy bracelet as well, hasn't it?
Well, do you know what? I don't think, I don't disagree with you
Yeah.
there. Or just a simple, you know, you do your knotting classes and everything. And we were talking about the fact that I really want to join you on that.
Yeah.
This would be the kind of strand that I'd be buying, and I hopefully will be buying, and sort of keeping until I've mastered that skill.
Yeah.
Because of the quality, just a slight knotting in between will show off all of those formations.
Yeah, it will. And it's also a safer way of stranding your gemstones, because if it ever did break, then you will only lose, or one will only drop off because you've got them encapsulated between each knot. But for me, that would be a strand that I would keep for all my best friends, and I would probably just make everybody a nice little charm for a necklace or earrings, because they're not, although they're 12mm, they're still okay for earrings, because they're not heavy gemstones at all.
Agate's not that, I mean, it is a wearable gemstone without shadow of a doubt. It's not too heavy to a point. You just a couple of those.
Just
one
on a head pin. Beautiful.
I'm so in love with this strand. I'm so in, look at me. It's just so beautiful, and I like the fact that you're thinking, you know what? I'll take our culture pearls and I'll make this the centre stage. I'm going to make blue lace agate the centre stage, and our pearls are incredible, absolutely incredible, just because it's so rare and exciting. You know, if you look at the formations, the bands, the waves, they're so beautifully consistent. There's no black marks, no grey marks whatsoever. Now, Irene, Yorkshire, William and Anne, Marie, Kathleen, Wynne, hello to you, Elizabeth, hello to you, Diane and Claire, Wendy, Sussex, Leslie, Anna. There's so many of you. There's lots of you multi-buying. Please do check out. How are we doing on quantity now, Rob? Okay, over 3/4 of the stock has gone, and we've got a lot still in baskets. If you are with us on the repeats, please do try and check out. Please do try and make this acquisition, because you never know. There might be a couple which fall back into stock. I'm not sure. I will be absolutely in just over an hour's time. I'll be getting this. I'll be getting this myself, stock permitting. I just have to hold it up to the neckline, because I'm just thinking about. I'm going to have to wear a lot of maxi dresses this summer. I think I'm going to be living in maxi dresses this summer, but this is the kind of jewellery that I want to wear with it.
Can you imagine with some jadeite?
Oh gosh, stop it.
With some jadeite would be amazing.
That would be incredible. Or some beautiful citrine.
Yeah.
Oh.
Or the peridots. I know that it's more of a citrus colour, the peridot, but it would still... That blue is so beautiful, it could carry off whatever you put. I
love it with, like I say, with pearls or just on its own. Stunning. Well done. You're going to be in love with it when you get it home. Well done, well done, well done. Stay right there. Right there. Oh, Fleur, you've grabbed those Kesy pearls.
I've put one in the centre of my flower that I did.
You leave these ones here. Oh, that looks amazing!
So I just put a Mobius ring with those beautiful large jump rings.
Have you put a head pin through it there?
No, I've just put a crimp cover over the top of the 0.2 wire that
looks incredible. It looks like a little poppy. So beautiful. Okay, moving on. What a show. What a show. Oh, Fleur, I tell you what. Do you know what? It's one of those scenarios where you think, I wish I was at home, because then I could be on the phone line straight away, but also you go, thank goodness I'm not. I'm still going to make those purchases. I don't know why I'm kidding myself.
I am, yeah.
I don't know why I'm kidding myself. How about some stunning dendrite opal for all of its monochromatic beauty? One of the most textured formations of opal. It's like Japanese art, so you will see. Within one shot, it might look like flora and fauna. In one gemstone, it might look like I don't know, architecture, I suppose. It's like brush strokes, the Japanese brush strokes, and they tend to paint on silk. Is that right? It is silk,
yeah,
isn't it?
It's on silk.
Stunning natural gemstone. You've got here 3 strands. They are 360 degrees and 180 on each of those lovely strands, and just under a metre on each of them. Should be £11.80 for dendrite opal. How about we bring you all 3, almost 600 carats, for £6.95. Just layer it up, that's what I would do.
Yeah, I'd do an L twist.
An L twist?
And now we've got these large jump rings. Do you know when you twist them together, if you got one of the large jump rings and put them through, because they're big enough, those jump rings, to hold all 3 of those strands together. So these large jump rings, this new matrix box, would be perfect if you did want to create that look, because all you would do is get one of the large jump rings, go through each end where L's thumbs are, and then just attach a chain to it.
I love it.
And it will stay like that as well.
I absolutely love it. And again, Jennifer, you need these for the Dominican Republic. You do. You do. I'm just, Jennifer, I'm just like, buy it. Buy it for your holiday. Buy it for your holiday. It'll look incredible because of the texture.
And whatever colour you wore, because it's essentially black and white. It's
you were talking about
monochrome.
capsules.
Yeah, you can have whatever colour.
Love
you can have
it.
a beautiful cerise pink t-shirt, say, and that, or swimsuit with that.
That would be fab. Well done. Stay where you are on those phone lines. Is this the shaded pink? It's so obviously the shaded pink. Rob, I mean, this, look at the colour. It's beautiful. Tanzanite is what we call a triachroic. This gemstone has got an abundance of triachroism, so you'll see huge amounts of colours, not just the main body colour, but from another angle you'll see pinks, from another angle you'll see burgundies. But look how prominent the pink is here, hence the name shaded tanzanite, so you can really see those depths and tones. Arguably, and I don't mention it nearly enough actually, shaded tanzanite is probably one of the world's rarest and most valuable gemstones. It's certainly in the same league as Pratcha and your Paraiba and your Alexandrite, etc. I've only ever sold 1 pink tanzanite in my entire career, and it was, you know, 4 figures and then some. The quality of this strand, if you really love your tanzanite to show off the pinks, that, you know, that surprising colour from this vanadium-rich gemstone, and it's because tanzanite has got what we call an orthorhombic crystal structure, because it's one of the most obscure. Quite elongated, quite dramatic. As the light enters, it really can play with that light, and it will bring you all of those wonderful, wonderful displays. But pink is probably the most sought after colour to get second to maybe your quad A tanzanite blues, because of its rarity and certainly because of the price point that it can actually command. 85 carats, it's a 32 centimetre strand, should be £47.95. It is a clearance deal. Loads of you with us this morning. Well done. Lovely to have your company. £10 back in your pocket. Would you say the most sought after gemstone currently?
So. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, because it's so well known.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think tanzanite has been one of the, second to diamonds, geniusly marketed. I mean, we do know obviously that it's rarity, we do know it's one location, etc, etc, one generation, and yes, there's going to come a time where it does sell out, but I don't think of another gemstone that globally so many people actually know that full story of any other colour gemstone. I think it's the most geniusly marketed, which has obviously elevated the price tag for it. It's stunning. Again, this with your blue lace agate that you saw earlier on.
Yeah, that would be a beautiful combination.
Fabulous. Right, let's bring you lots of deals, shall we? Oh, hematite, stars and hearts. These are fun. Right, lots and lots and lots of affordable bundles coming your way. Just these on a shepherd hook to me. Stunning. Or perfect for your wish bracelets. When's the next summer term for the kiddies? I've got no idea either.
February. It's
February.
Half term February.
Half term February. So there we go. Keep the kiddies entertained. Making wish bracelets for all of their friends with stunning gemstones like this, silver coated hematite. So all of that gorgeous sparkle that you get from this wonderful genuine gemstone. It's kind of got a metallic-esque look, hasn't it? I love it. And two of your favourite shapes.
Very on trend, really on trend.
Bang on trend, yeah. Absolutely. Fabulous for tiaras and fascinators as well, wouldn't they?
Do you know, I made a piece of jewellery about 2-3 years ago with the stars, and all I did was knotted them randomly onto some cord, and then made it as like an over-the-head necklace that they could put over like 2 or 3 times. So it was like mainly a cord necklace, but every so often there was a hematite star.
No, I bet that's amazing.
Yeah, it looked really nice.
I bet that's amazing. Or on a lariat style necklace piece, that would be amazing. Should be £13.90. Okay, you're getting both. And very difficult to facet gemstones like so. How about £7.95 for both of those? Just one on a shepherd hook pair of earrings. I mean, you've got tons of pairs of earrings here, haven't you? Again, if you think about sort of, I don't know, just standing proud on some featherweight headpins to create that sort of shooting star like with prom jewellery, because you know soon will come around that there is people are wanting prom jewellery. I know there's a few adverts going up for prom dresses now, so I've noticed that as well, especially on social media. Lots and lots. In fact, I've noticed girls actually buying them now already too. Yeah, it's huge. I mean, we follow the States in many ways, and that is one sort of lovely tradition, I think, that we're actually following, where, you know, sort of your teenagers can dress up in something beautiful, and why not wear beautiful jewellery? Well done. Moving on. I was just looking at this rod. I love it. The greens. It was drawing my eye. Lots of deals. Stash replenishers. It's going to continue as well in the 12 o'clock hour, by the way, so if you're after bargains, stay with me. Do stay with me. 3 gorgeous strands of your magnesite. So just going to show the different colours that magnesite can absorb. You'll still have those lovely formations and patterns. You've got white magnesite here in the plain rounds. There's 80 carats here. This is totally natural, by the way. And then you've got the 2 green magnesites. These are tear or pear drops. And then you have got the puffy coins here as well. So it can be dyed, this gemstone. In fact, it likes being dyed because it can really take on those colours, and also still show off that matrix, which makes it very similar, especially in the green, to your turquoise. Should be £12.85. 3 strands of magnesite coming your way under £10. That's £3.30 something. Are we in a clearance? Kind of feels like it, doesn't it?
Jennifer needs these. These need to go to the Dominican Republic.
Jennifer!
This is your stretchy bracelets.
Fleur and I will deck you out, honestly. We'll kit you out, my lovely. Or, do you know what? Yeah, that did sound wrong. As in kit you out with your gemstones, rather. Yeah, I'm the best person to take shopping, you know. If ever you need somebody to, like, give you that. Yeah. Look, you're only here once. You're only here once. You regret the things you buy, or you don't buy more than the things you do. It's true. It's absolutely true. It's true. How many times have you had that feeling where you've gone, I should have bought it, and it stays with you? Yeah. It stays with you, doesn't it? It
does, yeah. And then you see something that's similar somewhere else, you're like, I knew I should have bought it.
Knew I should have bought it. Knew I should have bought it, or you see it at 3 times the price point.
Yeah.
Got to move on. Now. Oh, should we have some more pearls? Do these need to go to the Dominican? I need to go to the Dominican. When are you going, Jennifer? I can't fly after 28 weeks. No. Now, these are gorgeous. They're 7 by 5 millimetres. I don't mind. I'm actually going to go to Breen this summer. I haven't been to Breen. I haven't been to Breen. Been to Cornwall quite a few times, but not Breen. And this is sort of classic jewellery, which you can wear sort of knocking around a campsite or to the most glamorous event, either or. Lovely size, 7 by 5 millimetre, and they are your buttons. So the buttons meaning it's got a flat surface, which is going to sit really nice against the ear. You're getting 5 pairs, so in total 10 of your cultured pearls, half drilled. So what that means is the drill actually is on the underside. Can you see that? And under there, coming upwards. So going back to your precision glue, but it's completely unblemished. It hasn't spoiled the surface, the nacre surface of the pearl itself. But look at the quality. This is why I rave about our pearls, rave about the quality of our pearls, because I just think this is what they aspire to be. These are genuine gemstones. And again, go back to my parents and the conversation we had on Saturday night when I was down in South Wales. Dad went, these are cultured pearls. I was like, yeah, definitely cultured pearls, Dad. We don't sell anything synthetic. We don't sell synthetic gemstones. And I can understand the question. $5.95. That's why I can understand people thinking, nah, it's too good to be true. But it's because of our very reputable connections within the gemstone buying world, but also particularly the pearls. You're getting 5 of these. Beautiful uniformity of shape, wonderful luster. You can see how reflective they are. And you're a pearl girl, aren't you, Fleur? You absolutely love our pearls.
And you know, you don't have to use them with the findings. You can glue these onto the ends of wire and use them in tiaras. So if you had a spray, like a wire spray of flowers in your tiara band or your hair comb, you can glue these onto the end so they've got like a beautiful, like the middle of a flower.
Yeah.
Those I can't remember what they're called, but it's come out the middle.
I was about to say sternum, but I'm sure that's a part of your body.
Yeah, that's yeah.
You know what I mean.
Yeah, but yeah,
I know what you mean, the sense of
different ways.
So beautiful. They'd be incredible, wouldn't they? Great for bridal jewellery as well. Okay, these are incredible. Love it, love it, love it. Stretchy bracelet, Fleur, I'm just looking straight away at you. Same size?
Are they 8?
8mm, yes. Look at that consistency of colour. This is natural Zambian amethyst, and arguably that is the place to go to. Why? Because it supplies, firstly, well, not supplies, they own it. Fabergé is a brand, so we know about how reputable Fabergé is. We know Mila Kunis is a brand ambassador. They are very much like-minded in the fact that they really support ethical mining. They give back to the community. But the Zambian mine, look at the quality. It's that really regal, intense purple, and this is natural. It's not needed to actually undergo any heat treatment whatsoever. I've definitely got to get this and add it to your order. I don't know where you're taking it to, Rob, but I was talking about amethyst yesterday. I was saying I was hoping that it was Zambian amethyst. We know this is $9.95. 2 stretchy bracelets there, isn't it?
Yeah, and a couple of pairs of earrings.
For me and thee.
Yeah, and with the snake charms as well.
With the snake charms, that would be fantastic. Yeah, totally agree. 160 carats of natural Zambian amethyst. So again, if you want to do a bit of research, and I can see you all dialing through, lots of you shopping with us on the web, fantastic. I love the web, isn't it a fountain of information? And at our fingertips as well. Not right now, because I need you to make those confirmations, but have a little look at the Gemfields website. It's a lovely website, and again you see pictures of Mila Kunis. If you don't know who she is, she's married to Ashton Kutcher, isn't she? But also well, a beautiful lady. But if you read everything about how ethically they mine, you see gorgeous pictures of the mine. They talk about, it's not just amethyst. The Zambian mines unearth incredible emeralds plus other gemstones. But it's probably one of the biggest companies of mining, and they've been invited to certainly the studios that we used to be located at in the past, and we were, I don't think anybody can say this now, but one of their biggest buyers, I suppose, direct from there. Well done, $9.95. $9.95 only, 160 carats. Rose gold, would you be thinking with this?
Definitely rose gold, yeah. Rose gold. We did do 3 large spacer beads. I think they were not last week, the week before. There may be some on the website still. But yeah, just in between. But amethyst is it's next month's birthstone, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it's if you do your birthstone jewellery, then earrings galore on that strand, you know, just on head pins. That's all you need to do. Because sometimes, you know, the simplest pieces are the best sellers, you know, because people are afraid to wear simple.
Yeah, you want something which you can has got a practicality to it as well. The pair of earrings that I wear the most are simple studs. They're the ones I wear the most, you know. I've got lovely big earrings and everything, but you can't wear them every day, can you?
No.
You can't. Moving on to... Rob, I'm spending money today. Definitely spending money. Now, this is a beautiful. It's a combination which was good enough for Angelina Jolie, and if it's good enough for her, it's good enough for me. Rose gold and black spinel. Micro-faceted, look at this. That's gorgeous, Fleur, isn't it? Look at how amazingly faceted these are.
It is breathtaking, that. Really beautiful. I've got black spinel in yellow gold, but I prefer this one. I prefer the rose gold.
I'm going to go as far as saying this is different to what I've seen, because they look a little bit tinier. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The actual rosary links, they actually look smaller. The rosary links. So I've not seen this before, and I'm going to say it's ever so slightly daintier than the previous lengths that we've brought you. This is my favourite by a stretch.
Do you know the first thing that comes to mind when when you said about the rose quartz and how you can make it more glamorous with a black, as one rose quartz from the bundle onto that as a necklace, and that would be one of the high-end pieces of jewellery that I think
it is a high-end piece of jewellery. I totally agree.
Just as it is now, just with a clasp on it.
That's what I'm thinking. I would just literally put a clasp on it. I'm desperately thinking if I've got any rose gold, sterling silver clasp, lobster claws or bolt rings at home. I don't know if I have, because I'm thinking right straight away. That's me done for the weekend. What I'm wearing on the weekend, just gorgeous. Yeah. And it would be. I love an anklet. I think these are fabulous as an anklet.
Yeah, they are.
Just because they're very dainty, but they've still got that strength behind them, layering up as bracelet. This is my favourite, just because it is that little bit more detailed. Now, I'm running out of time. I could talk to you all day long about this. Well done. I'm getting that as well, Fleur.
Yeah,
that's good on my tea bag right there.
That's,
we've got so much more to bring you as well. It's going to be quite fast and pacey. Last in stock opportunities, absolute clearance deals. So don't go anywhere. Fleur, I understand you've got to dash off, my lovely. Thank you so much for joining me this morning.
And
when are you back in next?
Thursday mid.
Tune in on Thursday for the mid show to see our lovely Fleur. But I'm not going anywhere. I'll be back after this.